Thanks, Higgs. Just trying to get an announcement over to Discord, too. That was bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. It just totally removed my game capture from OBS. So let's get started here. Just need to get this posted so that everyone can find it, and then we'll get going. Streambot's still working. That's all that matters. All right, we'll give people a couple minutes to get in here. Renalyn, what's up? What's going on, bud? Mike, I don't see you on screen. That's very interesting. Let's see if we can change that. Is it blank? Can you see the game? Do you see anything? King T, welcome in. Hey, Pumpkin, got similar names. I don't see carrots. So you guys getting nothing? What are you guys getting here? Tell me. Because this whole thing, OBS just had an absolute disaster when the stream started. It pulled my game capture out and put it in a separate window and wouldn't even let me put it back in. Can see the game, but no BP. Ah, yep, okay, gotcha. We can fix all that. That's easy. Understood. I know. Mike, you're here to see my face. That's all you're here for. So let's go ahead and do that. And then let's go ahead and do that. And there we go. That should be back to normal, right? Of course, I buy the game and it crashes, Tommy. Hey, guys, I appreciate you jumping over. That was, as I was saying to Higgs, I don't know if you guys heard or not, but that was an absolutely crazy. The stream was all set up and running fine, and then as soon as I switched scenes, it pulled my game capture out. But I wanted to be starting right here for you guys. We have our first ever sponsored field in the Bad Punkin Gaming history. Roderick, I have returned, and so is BP. It was a journey, Rod. It was a journey, let me tell you. Full restart of the computer, new stream, everything. Mike, obviously, it's the main reason I show up. Good. Good. Glad everyone's back in. Nuke, Mike, here is your field, guys. Probably going to get demonetized and get a cease and desist from the actual Nike, but it'll all be worth it. So here is the plan for tonight, guys. We have a bunch of stuff to get going. So hopefully some of the vertical folks make it back over. I got a couple things done this afternoon. So we went down to the shop and we got a bunch of barley seed pro boxes, and they're empty. So we need these to fill the barley, and then we can go fill the corn. So the first thing we have to do is get this guy heading back to the farm. And you guys will be happy to know that the Fent is currently free. It's not back in prison. So we're in good shape there. We're going to send him back, and while he's doing that, a couple quick changes here on the farm. I did some landscaping, got some stuff going. The Fent is in its natural environment inside the trees. So what I did, we talked last time we were live about needing a farm waypoint that was out of the way of the main drag of the farm. So I put a loop in over here, did some landscaping, routed a farm fuel spot on the auto drive, and now we have this nice entrance to the farm. Such a good little Fent, Nuke says. Good call, Savage. Get that member chat now. I didn't see what Savage said. Where to go? No. Where is Savage? I'm not seeing him. Oh, maybe he's in member chat. Oh, Savage, I just linked my... Okay, got it. So many dots. It's like Pac-Man from hell. Hey, I was watching FS Farmer, who has a couple of videos posted in the self-promotion page. His courseplay stuff, guys, this looks like a kid's coloring book. It's insane what that man has done. If you want to go check out his stream, you can just fast forward through a couple of spots and you'll see his courseplay setup. But anyway, so here we go. We have the Fent here. So here's our route coming up the drive. Got a bunch of trees put in, and our farm waypoint is now over here, so we can go stage vehicles and get them out of the way. I did do a bunch of testing this afternoon, well, this morning, and we got the winch was working. I know no one's gonna believe me. I know it doesn't work on stream. It's shy. It doesn't like performing in front of others, but the winch was working. There it is. So we are good to go. Courseplay is a bad word for me right now, Rod. You're getting there, Rod. Yeah, I have no courses. I just play. Jay, if anyone needs courseplay, it's definitely to you. Bishop, let's go get a little spike going. Let's get a like spike. I like that, Bishop. Welcome in. Is he meant to say auto drive? It's like he is intentionally teasing you. That is true. It is auto drive. I'm going to mix the two up. It's just the way it's going to be. We're going to drag this tree down, get a couple in here. This has nice winch controls. You can let the winch out. We went over this the other night, but you can draw the winch in. Very, very good mod. Let's get the rest of these trees that we felled and did not get into the trigger in. And then we're going to get some stuff going. I can't be taught. Where's my dunce cap? Jay, you can learn, buddy. I believe in you. Alright. Grab this guy. Pull him in. Man, that is... I do need to re-keybind the player speed mod, or the player speed modifier, away from the winch connection. Go over here, grab a tree over here. Still so fast. Alright. You use the winch to pull this guy in. And our last one over here. Still did not get a chance to figure out how that hook works. So I know Rod has played with this mod as well as some of the other guys. If you know what that hook does, this bright lime green one on the side here, put it down in chat. Let's figure out what that's for. You got it on the wrong side of the fence. You talking about the winch mod there, Hig? Or are you talking about the tree not being underneath the fence? Because that is always an option as well. And we are stuck as stuck can be. Matt, welcome in. Paz, I know, welcome in. Oh, you jumped from the passenger side. My keybinds are getting all goofy. I had this problem the other night after stream when I was doing stuff. My vehicle entry is not working now. So I have to switch vehicles that way. Just need to get this tree untangled from the sawmill where it needs to go in. It's to circumcise the bulls. Let's see about letting the winch out a little bit and getting this tree pulled in. FS Farmer, welcome in. But I was just saying great things about you, FS. I was showing the boys some auto drive courses, and they were all saying how big they were, and I was saying that they're nothing compared to what you've got going on. FS, welcome in, bud. How was the rest of your stream tonight? This tree may be a lost cause. We may be rubber banded into the sawmill. Here, watch. When I let off the gas, yeah, it's going to pull. Alright. Oh, it broke loose. It broke loose. Might finally be getting somewhere. actually get some real farming done tonight. We will see. The fact that this fence is having a hard time pulling one tree is a little bit of a disappointment. This tree must be stuck on something. Andrew Brown, welcome back. Glad you found us. Yeah, FS, my OBS crashed. I had my game capture got pulled out of... You guys see that? That tree is just... That is hilarious. My OBS, my game capture got pulled out, and I couldn't get it to come back in. I had a blank screen. So had to restart the stream somewhere else, unfortunately, which was not the plan. So let's disconnect from here. Let's get the saw out. Let's go ahead. Let's get the good saw out. We don't want the not good saw. Let's get this delimbed. Yeah, see, it's just gone. Fair enough. That's what we needed. FS Farmer, the myth, the legend, master of auto drive. We all hail the, yeah, you guys really check his stuff out. Destroy the tree. I agree, it is gone. 60-ton tree, 4-wheel drive. I think the fence got 8-wheel drive, theoretically. It's just not doing anything. All right, we have got to get to work on the cornfield tonight, or the carrot field tonight. The Fent needs a chainsaw on front. Put the K715 on it. Yeah, Andrew, the K17 would drag that thing all the way down and out. Let's head down. We need to mulch, cultivate, and plow what was the old cornfield and is now going to be the Nike carrot field. Very happy with my juice plants. It looked many temporary. Considering, like many, it was a temporary start due to the update that was coming. It never did. Yeah, that's the way it works. You go to throw something on, and then it all works. But glad it was a good stream today, FS. Pump kidding, buddy. Let's settle down just a little bit. Don't mind you being excited to be here. Glad to have you, but we don't need to be screaming in chat. Is there an update to get the vegan protesters to show up? I don't think we're going to have vegan protesters. So let's grab a course here. We got to set this to mulcher, plow, and cultivate. We've had reasonable success, as you guys know, with some of our new settings in course play. Starting on the center of the field, we at least get the Fent to stop when it transitions from the middle to the outside. So we're going to try the same thing tonight in hopes that it will work well. And we're going to get him up to speed. Here's a question. At what point do you consider to be the end of the day, barring sundown, of course, and go to sleep in-game? When the work's done, Jay. You know? I mean, you go to bed when the work's done. In your case, I mean, you got a couple days each month, like 28 of them, so you should be good. But, yeah. I mean, I recorded an episode of the Homestead Challenge earlier this week, and I was working at 11 o'clock at night getting everything done. Sometimes it's 2 a.m. I saw Higgs' pictures. No, and we grabbed it. That's the mic grab right there. You're big and strong enough to grab the whole tractor and pull it with you. Yeah, I saw pictures Hig posted, and the lights were on the case when it was harvesting those beans. It was definitely not light out. I bet it will crash into trees once. Andrew, we're not starting with the negativity tonight. The Fent is being very well behaved. It wasn't put in prison. You know, good things are happening with the Fent, so we'll go from there. Or more of meat. The burger tasted too much like cow and bacon. The bacon too much like pig. The fish tastes like ocean. Oh, you guys are getting me to crash into the trees. I just put in almost crash counter. Hig was waiting for it. He didn't get a crash counter out of it. Let's get the barley. What do you guys think? You guys think if we leave the straps on, we can still fill the containers? Corn harvesting go all night. Beans usually stop at 8 or 9 p.m. depending on the dew. Oh, yes, because you guys have moisture stuff you have to worry about. We still move and clean up, yeah. Jay's running 28-day months and still has to work through the night to get stuff done. Jay, I'm not sure what you're doing that takes 28 days and all of the nights to get through, but... All right. Can we refill the Pro Boxes while they're attached to the trailer, or do they need to be released? I'm going to go with... This may not even work, guys, because the boxes don't empty, do they? Or the pallets don't empty. We had a great plan. Okay. Plan B. Got a good idea. Let's put the pallet back down. And let's try grabbing the Pro Box. Oh yeah, it's not on the forks. I gotta remember, no forks. Let's grab the Pro Box and see if we can fill from next to it. We can use the Pro Box to just fill. Or does it need some sort of spout to fill up? Will that... It does. Look at that, guys. We can fill our Pro Boxes from the pallets. And with the filling mod, we're good to go. Kyle Tyler, welcome in. Appreciate you subscribing, man. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're having a great night. Let's get the lid thrown on here. We're going to have to get the corn Pro Boxes refilled. Why is it so dark in this shed? Are there lights in this shed? You guys see that? Like, look how dark it is under there. That's crazy. No, there's no light. Okay. Working in the dark. Guess we'll turn the lights on the old Fendt. See if that helps. And there we are. Perfect. Physics be damned filling the box. Yeah, yep, I agree. I agree. Have to pay the hydro bill. Throwback to when the farm sim had 100% accurate physics. There it is. The first crash counter of the night. The Fendt right into the side of the trailer. How are the graphics on your guys' end? I'm getting little tiny like stutters. Nothing serious. Are those showing up for you guys too? Let me know if they're coming through on your end. Looks fine to me, but I'm tabbing back and forth, so it might be missing stutters. Okay. Yeah, just let me know. It's not bad now, but it had a couple, more than I'm used to, more than just driving around the farm, getting the shader caches loaded in. And Jay, I did finally figure out, that's the second time right there. I did finally figure out what you meant about the cedars. I had to come in this morning and get the carrot stuff going. No worries, guys. As long as it doesn't look bad, it'd be obvious. But I did figure out the cedar stuff. And we've got the full setup we need for the carrots down there right now. I know, once you guys get into... I don't need to count anymore. You're doing a good job. Hig, We don't need that. We need criticism. You got to keep me on my toes around here. Otherwise, things are going to go awry. I did think about you today, Hig. I went to Costco and was getting some gas, and they had a tanker there, and they were filling up, and I was wondering if they just had a couple of those swing by you yet. Have I ever steered you wrong? No, Jay, I never doubted you. I just didn't understand. It's a lack of intelligence on my part, not a lack of explaining on your part. I got to throw the lid on that one. Forgot to put the lid on that Pro Box. Don't want to store the seed with the lid open. May even have a couple extra Pro Boxes here at the end. But yeah, Hig, they were filling up there was a tanker at the Costco, and there were lines of cars sitting there getting ready to get fuel. And I was thinking about when you were saying you guys go through a tanker a day during season, during corn season. That is absolutely crazy. If I don't have to work, I'll try one of your lives. Every crash I drink a beer. Hig, that may be 3 out of 4 dentists may not recommend that. I'm just saying. That could be bad for your health. I'm not crash free for very long. At least stick with some light beer or something. Don't go with anything heavy. All right, good to go. Pumpkin, kidding, yeah, back now. This grass, I don't know what to do with this middle area. That's why I didn't landscape it. It's an area we need it as a yard, but I don't want to put it as like all gravel. I don't want just a big gravel pit in the middle. So a little bit of grass, keep it going. Would be nice if there was some wear on it, but there just isn't. Sometimes I'm just not as clear as I should be because I think the gaps are filled when they aren't always. Yep. I hear you, Jay. English is a complicated language. Apparently there are a couple different versions of it. Should add a few dirt spots like it's got a little... Oh, yeah. We could make it like a working yard look. And I saw, was it Rod? I think Rod was the first one. And then maybe Roots came back too, or maybe it was Mike and Roots, I don't know. That's impossible. That rock pack that came out today is exactly the one I already have. So, nuke drink. I looked at it, and it's literally the exact same pack. So I don't know if it got like a mod hub release or what. But that is the exact pack of rocks we already have. All right, so I guess I shouldn't have put the fen away, because what we really need to do is get corn seed. And we're going to do that the easy way. We're going to take these down to the shop, and we're going to fill them up. We're going to put a fill station in down there, and we are going to fill the corn Pro Boxes up and bring them back, because the John Deere is down there. We got to get the rest of the corn planted. I'm trying to keep up with Chad here. But I have no more. If I switch to whiskey, I won't make the end of the stream. Now, whiskey might be talking my language there, Hig. $201.91 acres of green beans. No, Jay. No, I don't think, Jay, I don't think you and I play FS the same way. I'm pretty sure we don't. I think you enjoy the punishment. Kyle, I did see you subscribe. Thanks again, buddy. Glad you're here. Carrots and parsnips only. Don't let me forget, guys. We have to do that. What was the parsnip field? We got to put something in there. So I think we need to plant that today and get that done. So that's why we have to get the corn going back on the John Deere on the 9RT down at the big field, because it is out of seed. And we need to get over there so we can get over to the other field across the road and get that done too. BB, welcome in. It is odd to me how absolutely pitch black it is in this shed. You want to know what? I know what it is. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it quickly. Always takes a second to find it. Profile, object, draw distance. No, DLA, nope. Ah, here it is. So if you guys don't know, there are custom shader packs you can download that change the lighting on the map. And I play with the shadow and darker color shader on the Realistic Cattle Ranch Challenge on Sunshine Forest. So I was recording that earlier and I had that on here. So, and that darkens a lot of stuff up, makes dark shadows, why that map looks sort of like the way it does. And now look how nice and light it is in here, because we don't have the shader pack on. Dave Lane, welcome in. Good evening. At one point, I was the devil in Oak City. Huge estate in the desert growing grapes. Made no sense. This one, he's basically just not really caring and hates himself. I mean, Jay, we all knew the self-loathing part. You're doing green beans on 200 plus acres. That's not something you do if you like yourself. Higgs out there doing hard things, and he wouldn't do green beans on 200 acres. All because his wife left him. J Farm Sim Laura goes crazy. We need a couple of guys to get a J Farm Sim Wikipedia page going for all the role play and everything else. For his father, she's pregnant with his brother. This is getting dark, Jay. No green beans, only soybeans. Soybeans are such a great crop. Nice and easy. Make good money. So a couple of updates for you guys, just based on what's going on over on Discord. Summit 23, can you join? Can I join your server? Yeah, you got to join the Discord. We have a public server that is currently set to New Frontier. That's one of the updates. Yeah, Summit, just follow the Discord link. The bot will put it up. And I believe, ! Discord will pull the link up in the chat for you guys. But yeah, there is a public server. We are in the process, and I say we only because I'm being updated. I'm not doing the work. But Roots is doing a ton of legwork to get a second server set up. There's just a couple of technical snafus. There it is. Rod, the tech man. We're working on getting a second server set up. The first server, the New Frontier, is going to be full cross-play, console compatible. Only console mods are allowed on there. Going to do all that kind of stuff. And then we are currently working on, and again, I say we, but it is Roots, is working on getting a members server up and running. That one will be heavily PC. It will not be console-based. Pumpkin, welcome back. And we are working on the details of that. Is the server up now? The New Frontier server should be up, and the login details and the server ID should be pinned at the top of the Discord channel. Hig has a little bit more info than I do because he's been in there more recently, so he might be able to speak to just what's going on. But we are working on getting a second server up, and like I said, it will be a member server, and it will be PC with PC mods. I suspect it will be some combination of a fairly large map. Summit, if you want to drop me a note in Discord with your server info, I can certainly take a look. I don't play a lot of multiplayer because I record in my off time, but I might be willing to stop by and make a cameo appearance. We'll see. But yeah, the second server we're working on getting up and running. I imagine there will be a poll, not for the Fent, Nuke, before you go there, for the server and a couple of mods and what we want to do. But the idea is to have some a map with multiple farms that a lot of guys can jump in and play and all that kind of stuff. So give me a little bit of mud tracks as well. All right, and then we'll come back here and do grass. There we go. Let's see how our yard looks now. There we go. Now the grass is all torn up. You guys can be happy. All right. Let's check in on the Fent. See how things are going. See if we've wandered off course. Well, we are stopped on the field. That's always a good sign. Hockey Kid 7, welcome in. Are you playing on PC? Yes. Yes, I play exclusively on PC. So, here we are. Let's grab the Fent. Again, I don't care if he stops here, as long as he doesn't wander off and into the bushes. Get him going. Yeah, Hig, thanks for jumping in. Hockey Kid, man, you got to give me a minute to respond. Don't mind the questions, but there is about a 15-second delay between your typing and my answer, so ask once and give me a second. I get to all the chat. All right, so we are good to go there. So down here, while we're in the area, I'll show you guys we swapped out a couple pieces of the equipment because I figured out, and this is what Jay was trying to tell me, and I wasn't picking up on it last night. So this machine on the back of the Versatile ridges the field. And then this is the planter that then fills those ridges with the carrot seeds. And then this is the hack to get 2,200 additional liters of carrot seeds in the tractor so we don't have to fill it, because the capacity of this seeder is 32 liters. And I'm pretty sure you don't use a lot of carrot seed to plant carrots, but I'm also confident we're going to need more than 32 liters to get this field done. So we will get to that in a mere moment. Let's head back up. Let's run to the shop and get the corn seed refilled. Bring it back, get the 9RT running. At that point, the Fent should be done, and we can get to the carrot planting. We're going to use the Versatile and the... Oh, no, I used the modded planter. That's it, Nuke. You got to start all over again. Turn it all back in. Sell it all. I mean, Nuke, you need a new tent anyways. You did drive over it with a tractor earlier today. If you guys haven't seen Nuke's crash, he managed to get a tractor. And what was that? And what do you have? A roller, a cultivator, something on there? Just absolutely decimated your tent. Tent's gone. Nice. Got a couple of trees lining the driveway now. Looking to put a gate in at the bottom. There was that. It was a roller for rolling the field, talking to your wife. There's a new fence pack that came out, or gate pack that came out, and was using a fence. Well, of course you would. There's a new gate pack that came out like maybe 2 weeks ago, and they got some really nice looking gates. So I want to put one of those in at the bottom of the drive, but apparently I have to own the forested area on either side of the drive to make that work. So we're in a bit of a holding pattern here before we can get to that. Alright, out, clipping everything. We are definitely... I think we need to have our trailer looked at. Maybe something sounds awfully loose on it. Maybe our ramps aren't strapped down. Whatever it is, I appreciate the vehicles and the headers and the header trailers and all that kind of stuff. And the trailers make noise driving now, but it shouldn't sound as though the whole thing is rattling apart every single step of the way. All right. Let's put in a fill station so we can get these refilled. And this is one of these. We don't want the free one. We want the regular one. Can the fence get through them? The fence pack is awesome. They're much wider and nicer than... Yeah, I don't understand why the base game fences are so narrow. They give these huge equipment. They give you a gate that's like 10 feet wide. There's just no hope. All right, we're going to put this over here because I want to make sure I can actually... Land not owned by me. Well, that's going to make things interesting, isn't it? How much is the land that's not owned by me? Oh, here we go. Is there... What is this 110 spot? What is that buying? That's a weird one. Can you buy the center of the map on this map? Does anybody know? I had to uninstall the trailer because I couldn't take the noise anymore. Yeah, absolutely. Just got over them. They're so wide the two wheels driven by B himself could squeeze through. Mike, that's a good one. Jay, I'll see myself out. I don't know if you can buy the shop area here, guys. I don't know what the Farmland 110 is. It doesn't seem to be highlighting anything. But I must not have install anywhere available. So, Adnan Eldab, welcome in. Appreciate the subscription. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see. How do we want to handle this? Can you buy any of the shop spaces? Like, is there a farmland that gives you all of the unused spaces on the map? Because there's obviously some land here that is not technically for sale. I'm going to go with no. Okay. Well, let's see how we want to handle this. We will have to put a fill station in somewhere else where we can actually buy the land to be able to do this. I'd like to put it right across the street. Let's see. Visit that lot 110. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which one that is, Higgs. Hey, Andrew, thanks for hanging out, man. Really appreciate it. Have a great night. Yeah, I don't... Let's visit and see what it says. It is just this corner. Farmland 66, owned by Katie, which is this one. And then 110... but nothing highlights. Like what? Do we think that's the whole area outside the map? So 55,310? All right, 55,310. Let's try it. see if this is it. I mean, this looks like it should be it, right? Gonna crash the game. Rod, have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know what to tell you. I think this went poorly, Hig. Buying land 110 may have just single-handedly... Oh, okay, we're back. We now own 110. So let's see if we can... We're like in the shop now? What is going on? That is craziness. Wants to put down the store deliveries anywhere. That mod's been acting up. Okay. That is weird. The menus are all screwed up again. I can't get into the construction menu. Let's see if we can do it from the vehicle. Alt 110 was the in-game Alt F4. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so this only gets me into the shop. That is crazy. All right, well, let's do this. We'll do this. Yep, saw that one. So we're here. Just gonna save and reload, I guess. Because that is crazy that buying 110 just screwed that all up. With the stun of shades. Alright, we'll get this reloaded here in just a second. Alright, back we... Alright, so the other things, there's been some talk over in the Discord about some sound issues. So I don't know if anyone else is experiencing that, but we've had a number of guys on a number of different maps with a variety of mods. Herman, man, just became a member. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Dave Lane, I know that song. Herman, make sure your YouTube is connected to your Discord, so your member status transfers over to Discord as well. So I don't know if anyone else is having those sound issues. I think Mike had one. I know Rod had one. A couple other guys. That seems to be a thing. The store deliveries mod has been very intermittent, and we've had a couple of guys. I know Rod found a fix listed online about changing the keybind. So if you have any questions about that, check for Rod's post. But he found, I think that it was you re-keybind the S to Q, and that will help with the store deliveries. You're having problems with that. Mike, were you having problems with the store deliveries too? Were you part of that discussion? You have to like just keep hitting it and hitting it over and over and over and over again. Hey, we're back. We even have a menu. Look at that. So after all of that, was it worth it? Did we get the land so that we could actually put this down? Nope, land not owned by you. So we own 110 and no idea why we bought 110, but we did, and it didn't do anything. So we can put this anywhere down here. Yeah, 110 is some random piece of land. All right, we're taking this back to... We're going to just put one of these fill stations back at the farm till we can figure all that out. Raw Vinny, welcome in. No idea what you're saying, bud. I only speak one language. I don't even speak it very well. But happy that you're here. Oh, interesting choice. Dodge is It's going its own way. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, I think it may officially be carrot time. Don't tell Mike and Nuke. They'll get all excited. But we are going to start with the carrots. Hey, Herman, I'm honored that you decided to join. I'm your first membership. That's incredible. Thank you. Yeah, so Mike was having the sound or the store issue. Yep. As well. Yeah. Dodge made its own crash counter. Absolutely. So, we get the Versatile backed off. If you guys haven't played, this is a great little tractor. It is part of the Plains and Prairie DLC. Oh, we missed this corner. Just a lot of missed this corner. Okay. The Plains and Prairie DLCs, the Versatile is a nice little tractor. That trailer next to that sign is looking mighty fine. I thought you might like that. Let's go with 2 headlands, no rounded. We want to start on the center, 5%. Well, I'll go to 3% overlap. It's small, automatic direction, jump over. Some of the guys in Discord were talking earlier, particularly the guys doing the rod challenge over on the Dakota 16X, which if you guys haven't checked out the rod challenge, by all means, go check it out. That is a very cool challenge that Rod sort of came up with that some guys have been thinking about trying. They try and they get hooked real fast. It is a very, very cool way to play on that Dakota map. But it was having some challenges with the augers, the auger wagons on your grain carts. If you're having problems with course play, Steven said the right thing that time, and they are just backing up, it's this JPS Pathfinder, just deactivated. I don't know why it is. Couldn't tell you why it does that, but it does, and it just that if you're using course play and your auger wagon starts backing up, just stop it. I've never had it recover from that situation. Let's see where this guy goes. We are not starting on the outside, friend. Okay, he is starting in the middle. I'll give him that. What is his speed going to be? Because that is not going to be fast enough to get this done during tonight's stream. Let's get him up to 20 if we can. All right, get him rolling. There we go. Just think, Mike, if the Fent brought it, then it would be on the side. Figures Rod missed this conversation. He was just asking about this. The sign would be a hood ornament. Finally, Nuke's only here for the carrots tonight. If it wasn't for the carrots, Nuke was not tuning in tonight's stream. He's worried about getting his Fent unstuck from his tent. I mean, Nuke, I gotta say, my Fent's poorly behaved, but it hasn't tried to kill me where I sleep. So, you know, maybe Jay's got a backstory for your Fent and why it's got it out for you. Yeah. I agree, Mike. The Dakota map is a sleeper map. Just absolutely a great map. Love the... What do we have going on here? Why? Did I attach this to... I did. I attached this to the winch. Alright, yeah, that was just me not paying attention. Must have had rounded corners on from the contracts. Clearly not what we wanted. Well, I mean, I was in it, so I think maybe he's trying to take out my wife. Jay, the Fent is possessed by a spirit of your dead dog and wants to play fetch, but you never have time. Nacho, welcome in, bud. Appreciate you being here. Nacho's another guy. We had FS in earlier. Nacho puts out some great content too, guys. Check his stuff out. Love him live. Great energy. And some of the build stuff he does, that train station. Nacho, I still need to go back over and watch the build of that train station, because that thing is, I thought it was part of the map. I haven't played the Settlers map. That thing was really, really cool. And for something that big, did not look like it was slapped in there with the regular farm sim builder stuff. So well done on that one. I sure do miss Kuda. She was a damn good dog. Ford New Hollander bought Versatile, I believe. Could be. Jay. It's all right, Jay. You couldn't have known. All right, just cleaning up the corners. We got to get the 9RT back and running. Otherwise, we're not going to have any corn done by the end of April, and that will present some problems. Let the little Versatile run through here. It is just ridging it up. For those of you that don't plant corn, which I imagine is most of you, this little piece of equipment that the Versatile is running just puts the ridges in the field, and then your planter, your seeder comes back and fills those ridges in. So let's see about getting the Fendt back. The Dodge should be back, which should give us an opportunity to get the corn seed back in. And then get that going. And then we'll bring the JCB down and start putting the carrots in. Other updates. I keep promising Mike we're going to go over folders. We're going over folders tonight before the stream's over, because Mike discovered them and used them, and they're folders for your auto drive. See, I can even say it right every once in a while. Is a huge, huge benefit. I'm going to do this, guys. Let's drop him here. And then let's drop the winch, which I should not even have left on. I can't believe that even worked. Why is it showing two things attached to the back of... Oh, because the hook's there. Yeah, we want to be done with that. Let's make sure we're on the hook. Or not on the hook, because we don't want to drop the hook. I'm thinking... Yeah, it's got to be this one. Nope, there goes the hook. The hook is gone. The hook's in the grass. We're never going to find it. What did the hook is now hooked? Do you guys see that? The hook is now attached to the trailer hitch. Pumpkin, good to see you, man. Have a good night. All right, we're going to have to figure out that tow hook at some point. That clearly has some function that we don't understand yet. And since the rest of the mod is so nice, I assume it will be as well. Let's send the mulcher over to the parsnip field and get that going. Then we'll come over and do the corn. Should run right down and around the corner. Farm sim physics strike again. Herman, I'm with you. I am with you. Can you use it to pull a tractor out? I assume you can. That's the whole point of that, the mod combo we're running. So the better winch by Thunder and that winch pack is supposed to have all that recovery stuff. So I guess theoretically, if we dump the Fendt, well, or we just let the Fendt drive for a little bit, it'll dump itself somewhere. If it gets stuck, we could bring the hook over, hook to something, the hitch, something, and then grab the winch line on a different truck or tractor and pull it out. And maybe that's how you're supposed to attach the winch line to vehicles to get them in and out. That's a good idea. I like that. Hig, you talked me into it. You put the thought in my head, and I took it all the way to the end. You're playing mind games with me, Hig. I like it. All right, let's get going here on our parsnip field. This one should be very, very short-lived. G, welcome in. I can't do challenges. I said I play my own rules. If I can play, I can play games. So I end up in messes like I am now. G, buddy, welcome in. Don't worry about it. If you want to hang out, hang out. If you're here to stir it up, don't bother. New Kig, you think that truck would get a would be road legal? Pick in Discord. Oh, have to check and see. Have to check and see. Cool. That is running. Let's go back and grab the Dodge. We need to get some corn seed in our Pro boxes. If it don't look right, haul at night. Herman, that's good. That is very good, Herman. I got pulled over hauling a Jeep once at night because it wasn't a great setup with the trailer and everything else, and it was because the trailer lights were flickering nonstop, and the state trooper, it was like a flashing light to warn him I was coming. He sat there and made me try to rewire the trailer to get the lights to reconnect before he'd let me leave. Was not the best night hauling stuff home. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the construction menu. Third time may even be the charm with getting this done. We're putting it here on the farm. Right about there, I think, is going to be a good spot. I've been playing too much BP. Every time you're in a tractor, I try to move the mouse to adjust the angle. Then I realized, yeah, I was over in FS's stream this afternoon while I was just getting set up for tonight. And he was doing something. He had like a real overhead view. And I found myself trying to move the mouse to figure it out. All right, so these are not going to fill on the back. That is not a big surprise. So we're going to have to fill these up individually. This is going to turn into a project, guys. But I have a new and potentially better idea. So we can stop driving around with all of these Pro boxes and actually get this done. So we're going to do this. We're going to pull him over here. Get him out of the way. I tried to, Jay. Nuka JK. It was a 4-door. Probably in the way of your courses now. Yeah. Yep. All right. Let's grab a truck. I think we're going to grab the Punkin Peterbilt. Adito, welcome in. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. '77 CJ5. V8 gears, locked fun times. Yeah. Got a, let's see, got a 94 YJ out in Colorado. That thing's fairly stock. The JK was, it was 40s. Sleeved, gusseted, knuckles, lockers. It was a rock crawler. Full cage. Dumped all the fenders off of it, all the bumpers. It was a fun toy before the kids came. Black Bear Pass in 96, in a 96 Ram many moons ago. Yeah. I was going to say, Nuke, out where you are in Cali, there are some, if you're into Jeeping and trucking and that kind of stuff, like off-road, there are some really, really nice trails down there. So we went as far out as Moab a couple times, which was just so different. We've got so much mud back here that going to Moab was crazy because the traction on rock is just incredible compared to the mud here. You can walk things at Moab that you couldn't even consider back east. Sad Midwestern flat state noises. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking the 94 YJ, I'm thinking is getting a frame off 350 swap. Start working on that in a year or two. Oh, you got me talking about cars, Nuke. And here I am crashing into stuff. Rebuilt the Bald Mountain Firewatch Tower 2 years ago. That had to be a cool project. That would have been a cool video to see. Drink. Hig's already slouchy. He's suffering already. Hig, I seen it. All right, where is Courtright? We have not been to Courtright. Let's go sell some stuff. Doesn't seem like we're getting a whole lot for anything, but let's go find Courtright. Out of beer. 7,000 feet this direction. All right. We'll get going. We'll go find it. Yeah, Nuke, there are some fun things you can getting into with that stuff. Now this is going to be an animal dealer again. Herman, I remember your first stream. You said hi and you said bye, and I didn't get a feel for the kind of guy you were going to be. But I'm glad you're live and in chat these days. This is a lot of fun having you in here, the animal dealer. I said the animal dealer, you know, where's the animal dealer is probably going to be the first Discord sticker. I don't run anywhere. Yeah, Hig, unless you're being chased, what's the point in running? Even then, it's probably better not to run anyways. Is Courtright the train? I'm not doing the train. I'm not doing the train. Let's see. Yeah, Courtright's a train. We're not doing the train tonight. Got too much to get done. Courtright is the only place that takes this stuff. Hig, you said it, not me. Oh, Courtright, do we really have to do a train sale tonight? Will it let me put a sell point down over here? I bet it won't even let me put a sell point down over here if we don't let me land. Let's check and see if we can get a sell point down. Should have had my Place Anywhere mod installed. Yeah, we don't own the land. Last time we tried to buy land, we didn't really want to buy. It ended up with the game having to be reset. So I'm going to say that's probably not. Yeah, field 110. We're not touching that. Do we really want to deal with the train? Where is there even like a train depot to get this stuff loaded up? Is it right here? Is this where we're... Oh, it's the ramp. Yeah, we're not loading wood onto the ramp. That's not going to happen. Sergeant Savage said you just followed, but I saw that earlier, so I don't know if that's a late notification or what, but hey, glad to have you. I'm waxing on about nothing. Must be quiet. You're good, Jay. we are going to drop a sell anything point back at the farm and get this stuff sold. Because we have plans that involve spending this money that do not involve keeping the wood on the back of the trailer. The Jake on this Pete is incredible. Hey, is that the look that was like, sure, honey, I'd be happy to do that? Is that the look you're talking about? I'm sure it was. Back here, we got a couple options. The first one is just to buy what we want, which is probably what we're going to end up doing. So let's come in here and check the sale. There should be nothing new in here. Has anyone used the, what is it, the Rogator 900? No, it was the other look. Herman, don't press your luck now. What do you mean? I think he's in good shape. He's a couple beers in, asking his wife to run to the store. I think this goes well. I think there's no way this results in anything but positivity. Has anyone used the Rogator? I keep wanting to use it. The capacity on this thing is tiny. It goes up to 4,921 liters. Such a cool looking piece of equipment, but just no way that actually like works big fields with that capacity. That is absolutely silly. Yeah, the Fent works good. Nuke, you can't say that. It's too soon for you. The Fent tried to kill you earlier. All right, let's run in here. And is it under auger wagons? Where is, yes it is, the Seed Runner. Here we are. Got this guy loaded up. Not sure. We got one with the fiber dash pack and one just the regular one. We want this at the Unreal capacity. That's a good looking red. I like that. Let's see if we can get more of that on there. A little bit of black as well. Yeah. I think that looks nice. Okay. We're going to try this. Guaranteed she clears the fence. All right. So we are going to use this to fill the 9RT. If you guys haven't seen this mod, since I saw it in here, the Auger Master, the Lizard Auger Master, this is a very cool trailer. One of the things I like about it is that it has a rear auger, so it changes how it pulls up, doesn't bump into as much stuff. And the other thing is you have 3 attachment options. You've got the trailer low, you've got the semi-dolly, which increases the capacity, and then you've got the trailer high if you want to like use this behind, say, a like a forage harvester or something like that. This is a very nice mod. Started using this in FS22, and it works really, really well. What's interesting in FS25 with the release of this mod in FS25, it says the AI workers will not back up because it tends to get all jackknifed and everything else. So I don't know if that counts for courseplay or if that's just for the in-game AI, but you could use the courseplay looping setting so that it doesn't back up on the headlands either. So if you're looking for an auger wagon, that one is a good one. I've had a lot of luck with that. Enjoyed that one quite a bit. Jay. Never used auger wagons. Are we going to be able to attach directly to this? What do we think? I bet not. Nope. Alright. Let's find ourselves some tools. Is the Manitou technically a... Yeah, it's technically a telehandler, so we're good to go there. Do I have pallet forks, telehandler pallet fork? We use transport pallets. Is this the one with the straps? If not, we'll find out. Tension belts, yes. Love the pallet forks with tension belts. That is the way to go. Our 4450 sprayer is a 135-foot boom. That is a big boom, Hig. And that's the new one, right? You traded in the old one. And the old one, I would assume, was not as wide. That is a big sprayer. Those booms on the fence is getting caught in the trees, saying it now. Herman, you know that's the case. That's a guarantee whether it's a fence or not. There are a couple of those mods out there that don't have collisions on the booms, which, you know, for realism obviously doesn't help any, but is a nice option to not have to worry about crashing into everything around the outside of the field. Traded in the 440, same boom width. But opposed, yeah, I mean, next time she's out. So, Hig, my only relative comment to that, or relative experience, before I left the fire service in our city, they built a hospital, which was great, but it was a very tall hospital, and they built it where the front was sort of a low, like a low 2 or 3 story, and then it went up to like 11 stories behind that. So part of the deal with the city was that when they built it, they had to help fund a new fire truck. And they bought us a fire truck with a 135-foot ladder mounted on top of the chassis. And for the first 6 months that we had that truck, we all had to climb that ladder every morning. Rain, snow, shine. It was not my favorite 6 months at the fire service. Yeah, we had to be able to go up and over the bottom of the building. Not sure I should have mounted this with the auger facing out. You know, hindsight being what it is, I feel like that might have been a mistake. We'll see. If it is, it's on me. Yeah, talk about leg day. Yeah, it was... The first couple of weeks, they made us do it in full gear. And that got old quick. Coming in, you grab a shower, grab a shave, put on your uni, go down to roll call, and you're supposed to get roll call, check your trucks, go to breakfast, and then you come back to breakfast and you're all sweaty. So good times had by all. The view was always good from up there, though. All right. We are an hour and 15 minutes in. Just looking at Higgs' comment. Just the new model, basically the same sprayer, different cab and final drives setup. I'm not sure what final drive setup means, but new model's good. I'm reading Hig again. I'm going to crash. He isn't any beer. So the final drives being different, it means our tires and rims don't fit. So now 30 kilograms of new wide, 30G for new wide tires for spring. Oh, it's like when they change the lug pattern on a truck just so you got to buy new rims and tires. Not like they could ever leave that stuff alone, right? F-Man 2, hey, how's it going? Welcome in, glad to have you. All right, let's grab the JCB and let's start the seed planting, or the carrot planting. We're going to fill up the pumpkin peat with some seed that we will eventually use Oh, and we had all the way back and got caught on the last tree. S&M Gaming, welcome in. How's it going tonight, bud? And if I remember correctly, oh, it opened up on its own. Look at that. I believe you have to get into this one. Yep. And I'm thinking, yeah, 20,000 liters of seed should be good enough to get us through what's going on. I'm good. I'm good. We're having a great stream. Having some fun. Hanging out. This is the big carrot planting stream. The guys talked me into it. Well, they bullied me into it. That's my line, and I'm sticking with it. So we're getting some carrots in the ground tonight. That's harvesting those will be a problem for a different day. Navigated that with the boom out pretty well. So going really well. Thanks for asking us, Sam. All right, Mike, I'm not forgetting about going over folders, even though I know you got it figured out. But we said we'd do it. We're going to do it. We're going to go over folders. Just need to get a couple of tractors on the field and running, and we'll be good to go. All right. The Punkin Pete is staged and ready to go. Let's grab the JCB. We do need to make one quick change. JCB should be this one right there. Now, I don't want to set the destination. I want to enter the vehicle. All right, we do need to make one quick change while we're here in the shop. We need to... Oh, we're going to have to see if store delivery works. All right. It's going to be fun, one way or the other. What do you guys think? Quickie or Hauer? You guys got a preference? I pulled a Quickie on this one because I like the bar on the front, the little grill guard protection for the lights and everything. What do you guys use? You guys have a preference? Do you care? Does it matter? Let me know. We're going to go with the Quickie. Farm Loyal 74, finally caught you live. I've been playing catch up on all the videos. Hey, glad you're here. Thanks for watching the vids. Hang out, have a good time. We are just having a very chill stream. All right, Mike, here we go. How many times is it going to take? One. It worked. I heard it. We got store deliveries. Couldn't tell you why. Couldn't tell you how. But we got store deliveries. So we did... Now I totally forgot. What did we do? Did we do the Quickie or the Hauer, guys? What did we put on here? We did the Quickie. Okay. So, Quickie, let's go down and grab it. I think that's the biggest one. We got way more horsepower than that, but that will work. JCB yellow. Oh, yeah, that looks sharp. Design color, let's darken that up a little bit. I like that. Haven't had one click in 3 days. Yep, Farm, you're right, Quickie. Anyone else see it? What are we talking about, Nuke? What did I... Oh, Nuke Quickie. Gotcha. All right, grab one of these. Not enough money. We're poor, guys. We're poor. All right, well, there's an easy fix for that. Cost us $1,000. We'll make it happen. Since we don't have any additional sell points on the map, I want to put this where we're not going to accidentally drive over it with anything. So let's... What do you think? Slide it right up here? Yeah, because the hook is there. That's why that's not working. Right in... What are we overlapping here, guys? There should be no overlap here. Perfect. Smooth it. Run it. Okay. All we got to do now is drive a truck that we already said we were going to leave down there to sell the wood so we can afford the front unloader so we can start getting the corn seed, or the carrot seeds done, and then we get out of the corn. It has been an hour and 20 minutes of running around. Yeah, Mike, I couldn't get to work at all this morning. I was trying to do some setup stuff, and when I bought this stuff for the carrot planting to swap out, 'cause you guys remember last night we bought 2 of those row, whatever, the ridge makers that are doing this job that's on the back of the Versatile. We bought 2 of those, and so I was swapping them out this morning, and I couldn't get any of that to work. Oh, we still have the train selected. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that bouncing around all night. Perfect. Punkin Pete has all of our money on it. Got to go sell the wood products. Got to be careful how I talk about selling the wood products for a quickie. We'll run up there, get it done. Should be a decent sale. 5,000 wood beams, 5,000 long planks, and 5,000 regular planks. Nice and easy. May even let us move the seed tender up a little bit. Joseph, welcome in. Good to see you. How you doing tonight, Joseph? Can we make the corner without clipping the fill station? Use our nice shed to get through. See in the mod channel, the mod update channel on Discord, you guys see those 2, the enhanced animal system and the vanilla animal system came out today, or updated today. They're like a parallel type system to realistic livestock. I was pretty intrigued by that. I don't think they'll work together with realistic livestock. Rod and I were talking about that earlier. But it definitely looks like they've added a lot of similar functionality and some different interactions to the realistic livestock model. Because the enhanced animal system is not new. I think it just got an update, and I believe we had it in FS22 as well. So, but check that out if you're having problems, because I know we got to look today. We haven't been over there yet, but we have to go look at the pigs, because we're losing 20 pigs a day. To porcine diarrhea, which just can't be good. So could be an alternative as well if that is proving to be a challenge. All right. Ready to plant carrots. Nuke's been waiting all night for this. Christopher, welcome in. Appreciate the sub. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you're having a good night. Ah, Fam Oil, it's you. Got it. Tommy Hicks, welcome in. Oh, almost got me, Tommy. Almost crashed. Tommy, how smooth I'm playing as I'm actively crashing into fences. Tommy, I do play on a wheel and pedals with a Farmstick, so I have a couple advantages over, you know, controller. Now, I love controller for backing up vehicles and stuff like that because it works so well. But yeah, there is a learning curve. Does it feel like a win, Mike? All right, Mike, wanted to see something, so I loaded a new Dakota game separate from the challenge. Running 3 contracts right now, 5 tractors, 4 cultivators, and 1 fert spreader, all on course play, and it's lagging hard. Yeah, I can't run, and I don't think that's Dakota specific. I can't run, even on Judith Plains, I can't run 3 or 4 vehicles on course play without having major frame drop. And Mike, my understanding on that is part of it is obviously performance. Part of it is obviously the map, but the bigger part is, and don't quote me on this, but the way it was explained to me was that your graphic settings so how would I say this? Your graphic settings apply to each vehicle that's running on course play. So if you have like heavy duty graphics set up, or your render distance set up to, you know, say 400 meters, it's rendering 400 meters out from every vehicle on course play, which is what absolutely tanks the map. So that could be part of it. So turn down your render distances, turn down your mirror reflections, turn down your light sources, and that helped me quite a bit with dealing with that kind of stuff. But yeah, there are a lot of, most 4X maps, I can't run a lot of equipment at the same time without having all kinds of challenges. Okay. AC broke in it too. Yeah, oh yeah. Yep. Hig, you're right. Let's see. Yep, there's the dead zone. I have a fairly powerful PC, and this is rough. Owning the top right quadrant is going to be rough on the system. Yeah, it definitely taxes it. Old Guy Farms, welcome in. How's it going? Hoping you're having a good night. I had to shut down. I had 4 going without course play and lag. Yeah, nuke, that'll do it. Fam Loyal, yep, saw you join. Tommy, I'm playing on the keyboard. Like what? A, left, D, right. Somebody help me. Yeah, driving on the keyboard is no good. That is definitely, you're going to want to get either a wheel, or there are a lot of ways, and I'm not good at this, but there are a lot of ways you can connect it like an Xbox or a PlayStation controller to your computer and be good to go. Oh, I got all set up, and look at that. That was not what we expected. All right, let's move the tractor. Yeah, Mike's on 16X. You also, old guy wants 2 gig of RAM per X, so 4X, 16 gigs of RAM. That's good advice. I had not heard that ratio, old guy, but that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense. Yeah, Hig nailed it. PlayStation controller. Ashley, welcome in. This is Farm Sim 25. Are you playing 22? Yeah, Tommy, you should be able to connect it. Tommy may be on... Tommy, is this the old work PC? That could be part of it. All right, how do we fill from here? Open cover, toggle, park. Let's see. Okay, we can go up and down. That's great. Oh, I bet we're on the wrong... How do we switch which container it is? Because we have seed in the second one. Let's see. Close cover, toggle my park on park, change visual animals. None of that's helpful. Where do we... All right, guys, someone's got to help me here. How do I change which bin? Oh, pipe out seed 2. Got it. Yep, just got to read. Look at that. I can even read, guys. It's impressive. Hig, yeah, I got controller. Ashley 67, got it. Herman said it once. I say again, keyboard is fine except for backing up with the trailer. Yeah. I agree. I agree, Herman. Hook your PS controller computer. Yep. Working seed. You connect controller. Hig, yep. I'm using my PlayStation controller on my computer, waiting for wheel and Farmstick. You need the cord for the controller to USB. Makes sense. Hey, FS. No worries, buddy. Glad you're still here. Yeah, old guy. There are days I miss the Xbox controller. Being able to just whip from right to left so easily, just a joystick going back and forth. That is, I do like that. I did like that a lot. That is a big part of it. Now, guys, we're a little bit cheaty here tonight. This is just really for Jay to, since he planted carrots with 32 liters in the back of the planter, we're going to get a little bit more than that. I'm not even sure we can actually get this to... Let's see. Okay, the covers are open. That's good news. Look at that. Done and done. Filled it up. Almost as though we know what we're doing, even though very clearly we don't. So here's a quick course play trick. We've gone over this before, but just remember. Oh, parsnips, Jay. Well, they're all the same. So this planter is 6 meters wide, and the Ridge Maker, whatever the official name of that tool is, I'm sure there's a name for it, is also 6 meters wide. So we can come in here, and if we go down to the bottom of the course play menu, there is the little clipboard. You can clip that or click that, and then that will copy the course that you just had on this vehicle. Then we can go back to the JCB, and when we open course play down here, move it up so you guys can see a little better. Clipboard is green, means we have a course clipped and copied. We can hit it, and it loads that same course. So because these implements have the same working with, you can set them on the way on the same course. So nice and easy. We're going to get him going. Rocking and rolling. Carrots are in the ground. Off we go. James, welcome in. How's it going? If you have W11, you can use Bluetooth, the XS1 controller, or to your PC. Most Windows game or program the controller set. Yeah, makes sense. James, I was talked into doing carrots. I don't think it's a very good idea, but that's what the guys talked me into, or more bullied me into. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. We're planting this huge field here with carrots. And Courseplay, if we weren't using a speed mod, seems to think that this is going to take 3 hours and 3 minutes, and I can promise you we won't be live in 3 hours and 3 minutes. So hopefully it goes a little faster than that. So how do we bring up parsnips without getting banned? Bullied is a strong word, Herman. I mean, you guys did see that this field is sponsored by Nike, which, if you're new here, is Mike and Nuke. They are Team Nike, and they started the carrot thing. Oh, James, we got corn going on the field down here. That's the next project. We have the 9RT out there. It's empty. We got to go put seed in it, and then we're right back to planting corn over there, too. So, yeah. Corn doesn't scare me. Carrots just take forever. So we will get it done, though. Yeah, look at that seed. When the seed has 2 decimal places, maybe we're not using a whole lot of it to plant. So maybe 32 liters was going to be a lot. Not really, but I do find that if you're not on a wheel, you get steering lag no matter the way you're driving. I could see that. Yeah, so James, here's the 9RT. It is out of seed, but it is ready to plant some more corn. So we're going to jump in here. We're going to turn on the recent waypoints. Why is that? Oh, it's out of fertilizer too. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's drive the 9RT up and get it filled back up and get it back down here and planting. We got to get the corn going. May as well top the corn off while we're driving by. But we've got that whole field of carrots going in. Practic, welcome in. Is that GPS or the worker function? That is Courseplay. So neither. The real GPS mod I have wanted to try out. I have not had a chance to get into it. Since I set most of my stuff up on workers, the real GPS isn't a huge benefit, but I hear a lot of good things about it. Let's see if we need to raise the pipe on the cedar. Oh, maybe. Are we going up anymore? There we are. Yeah, for those of you guys that weren't here at the beginning when the stream crashed and we did a new one, this carrot field is sponsored by Nike. So, it's their carrot field. They're responsible for it. They're responsible for the success and failure. Trying so hard not to crash into the auger. Yep. It's taking a lot of seed. Oh, I forgot we have an unrealistic capacity, don't we? That's all right. We only put 19,000 liters in the hopper, so we got to be about out of it now. We'll have a lot of corn seed to put away at the end. The Pro boxes are proving to be harder and harder to get into the role play. We'll leave a little in there just in case the carrots need it. Question is, will the fill station register the liquid fertilizer? Because this style of planter tends to have a hard time filling up from fill stations. Hig, we definitely need that mod in real life. The seed tender. We fill out of totes off the skid steer. I bet that's slow. I bet that's not a quick way to do that. All right. Up to the fill station. Can we get liquid fertilizer? Do we need to open first? Let's start there. Oh, we can. First try. Looks like seed, but I promise it's liquid for unreal capacity. Still think this playthrough should be more fun than realistic. I like both. We've had this discussion before, and I like, if I play alone, I play big equipment, unrealistic, all that kind of stuff. But I also get 40 to 60 hours in, and then I'm bored because I own everything and have $1 million and everything else. And you're done. I mean, there's just nothing left to do on the map. When you slow it down, whether you want to call it realistic or make it a challenge, put some rules on it, I get way more time out of the map. I mean, I recorded Realistic Cattle Ranch series this evening, and I'm at 136 hours, I think, on that gameplay, which is a long time for me. I'm usually 40 to 60. If I play on my own, it's 40 to 60 hours, and then I'm just done. There's just nothing left to do. Backed up slow to the auger even. Higgs just he's on his good behavior because he's out of beer. But I do think, legitimately, Mike, I may not have crashed. But there, Mike, there's your carrot planter right there. Now see, if I'm not looking, I'm gonna run right into your sign. So we got the 6-meter carrot planter with the seed hopper on the front. Lots of seed in there so we can plant the entire carrot field. Do you find the Nexat fun? You know, Patrick, I tried that, and I only played with it for like maybe an hour. I think it's really, really cool. I don't like the fact that it doesn't fit into any barns or anything. It's so hard to, like, you have to have a huge, I mean, absolutely huge farm to be able to just store this stuff. It just takes so much room, and that's all fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but it just, like, you can't park it inside. You can't do stuff with it. It is very, very challenging, but I like it, and I like the fact that you get the straw bonus as well. What a view. Bring up parsnips. I mean, the Fendt has been totally unsupervised in the parsnip field getting it ready. I don't know what it's getting ready for, but it is getting ready. So we have start and stop. This should be the most recent part of the course, and I don't believe that. Were we really, like, driving over here? What were we? Yeah, I guess we were. Okay, this is the course right here. I didn't believe it, but here it is. Do we have the roller, the invisible roller out? Let's see. Let's see if we get the roll texture. We do not have the invisible roller out. So, lower it, turn it on. Do we have it now? We do have the invisible roller now. All right. There it is. Now we got the lights. Now we can see the invisible roller. Bryce, yeah, I can see that. Adam Peters, welcome in. Hope you're having a good night. Get the lines turned off. He should be good. All right. Are we going to go check on the Fendt, and how is it going to look? Guys, the Fendt's doing great. It's stuck between the center and the headlands, which is its usual spot, but it is on the field. Has not wandered into the trees. The Fendt is being very well behaved tonight. Its time in prison last stream served it well. It's rehabilitated. Alright, let's grab the course here. One thing I can say about this little Dakota frame rate experiment with all the CP courses running, all the vehicles and machines, not one has gone rogue into a tree. That says something. Wow. Wow, Mike. Excellent job with your course play then. I mean, that's incredible. A nightingale does that, Higgs says. Higgs, our wise old soul in the group. Solid advice, don't run your header into the tractor. A night in prison will straighten you up. And he was even smart enough not to ask his wife twice to go to the store tonight. So, a man with wisdom beyond his years. Yeah, Mike, I said earlier that the Dakota map and the Iowa Plains were probably the two maps that I did the most course play auto drive stuff on when FS25 first came out, and the old Iowa Plains on FS22 before it came out. I haven't played the new one at 25, but those two maps are great for course play and auto drive. Make just really, really good. The fields are pretty wide open. There isn't a bunch of crud around the outside to get caught on. The road network is fairly good, so you can get places with auto drive. Definitely a good place to, you know, learn and practice all that kind of stuff. So glad you're having success with it. So I think at the end of my Dakota playthrough, I had several harvesters, like 3 or 4, and I would run 2 or 3 harvesters and 2 grain carts in every field, which is a lot. Not running any fence, they've got to be the issue. Hashtag Polyer. Like Higgs said, a night in prison will straighten you right out. They'll take care of you. All right, what else do we have? JC Smith, welcome in. How does GPS work? The real GPS mod works like the in-game driving assist, if that's what you're talking about. This that we're running right now is Courseplay, which is a script mod for PC, and it allows you to create courses and assign AI workers, much like the base game stuff, but I would say significantly more robust, more options, and a lot more integration with things like auto drive and multiple vehicles and customization of how the field work is done. So if you're looking to accomplish specific things, it really allows you to do that if that's what you're asking. All right, so couple of things. While the Fent does a good job on its own, if you are, let's see, if you're running auto drive, there are 3 hotkeys. Okay, I can't do my wheel and my steering wheel at the same time. There are 3 hotkeys that I would recommend having, that I would recommend putting up. So the first one is you can send a vehicle. Oh, JC, I'm on FS2 still learning. So the FS22 AI workers I would consider to be the most simplistic form. In FS25, they got a significant upgrade in the base game AI functionality. But Courseplay is a script mod for PC that's been around for several iterations of Farm Sim now, at least back to FS19, I'm sure before that. Can you do Courseplay to deliver and sell your harvest? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Patrick. Absolutely. We have that stuff set up. We put our trucks on the side of the fields with auto drive, and then Courseplay, I shouldn't say absolutely. Courseplay does the field work, auto drive does the delivery, but yes, all that stuff is set up. So a couple hotkeys you may want to run into or go look at for your auto drive. Let's see, jump into controls. Let's take a quick look here. All right, where are we? All right, here are the 3 controls that I use pretty regularly. So Alt-V to go to arrived vehicle. So if you send, like say you send the Dodge to the shop and you get the notification that arrives, you can just hit Alt-V and it'll jump to whatever the last vehicle to arrive to an auto drive destination is. And so you don't have to scroll through the vehicles and find it. So that's a good one. The Alt-F, which, I mean, I programmed all these are my hotkeys, but refuel vehicle. So if you have a fuel station set up along your auto drive course, it will refuel. And then we saw on last night's stream, the repair vehicle will do automatically as needed, but I have that hotkeyed to Alt-S as good options. So, like, we have the Dodge here, and if I wanted to send him to go fill up with fuel anywhere on the auto drive course, I can hit Alt F, and there's no destination selected. It figures it out for you. But it will run around and find the course, and all I did was put a auto drive point near the fuel tank. I did label it farm fuel, but there's nothing else you need to do. But auto drive figures all that out, so he just topped off his fuel, and he is good to go. And then he's going to work his way back to the farm location. So we'll stop him there. Amir, so glad you're here. Amir, I've got Discord too. Go jump in there. We got a great community. Love to have you over there. So yeah, you can use that for fueling. So that's something that's worth hotkeying, or key binding, I should say. And then let's see, did we buy the Fent used? We did buy the Fent used. So let's get the Fent turned just a little bit, and let's see about getting. I don't think we want the Fent unfolded. Let's fold it back up. But if you want to repair and you have a shop with a destination, which we have a parking destination set in the shop. Let's get them off of the route here. And then I can use the hotkey, which I have for Alt-S, or the keybind Alt-S. So he has now been sent to the repair shop, and he will go and repair himself and then come back out. So if you're working and you get a harvester or something and you're in the field and you get out of the field, it's almost 5 here, so I'm going to sleep. Thanks, Punkin. Good night, everyone. Yeah, hey, likes the pike. FS, love it, man. Hey, FS, thanks so much for hanging out. Guys, if, as I said earlier, if you haven't checked out FS Farmer's streams, the man is a course play auto drive legend. The stuff he does is absolutely incredible. I was watching him auto compile, auto load, unload, and compress silage today at the BGA on Judith Plains. Really, really neat stuff. He had an 8-hour stream the other day, so check his stuff out. He's posted in the Promote Yourself. So that guy just went and fixed himself. He's all done. And then his next destination is set to park telehandler, so he's going to go park himself up. But FS, yeah, have a great night, buddy. Thanks so much for hanging out. Amir, thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it. We can turn off the network. We don't need to see him driving. But whatever destination you have set is where they're going to go afterwards. So he is all set. He'll go repair himself and then park himself up and be done. There he is. So those are keybinds that I would absolutely look at adding if you're getting into auto drive. The arrived one works really well too. Like I said, if you send something somewhere and you're like, oh, they're at the destination, just hit that keybind, jump right into the vehicle, don't have to search through and find it. Makes a big difference. So let's go see how our I keep calling corn, our carrot planting is getting on. Okay, let's see. Carrots growing. Yeah, we're making progress. The JCB quad narrows just tearing up the field. It does look like it's planting offset. No, it's getting all of it. There's no gaps. And then up on the other end, the Versatile over here is still putting the ridges in. So we're gonna have carrots. Go check on the 9RT. Get the rest of our corn in. Once again, love the lime on the vehicles. The Real Dirt mod makes that stuff look absolutely incredible. I'm starting to get the tearing on the planting again. I haven't had that in forever. You guys see that? Where it wasn't keeping up. You can almost see right behind there. I haven't had that in a long time. Oh, Lord. Fendt showed up in the used sale for a rod challenge. I gotta be conservative with funds, but this may be taking it too far. CB, welcome in. My night is going great. I heard carrots instead of corn. You did, CB. You did. We are in this field right here, planting carrots. There's the JCB. We got the Versatile putting the ridges in and the JCB chasing it and putting carrots in. We got a little seed hopper on the front. And we are in the carrots. CB, how's your night going, bud? It has transcended save games. Did you guys see that mod that came out? The, what is it, Shop Park Vehicles? That allows you to load vehicles between games. So you can actually, like, take, if you have a favorite tractor or truck or something, you can take it and you can save it, and then you go to the next game and go to the shop and it's there. It already has the upgraded engine, 618 horsepower for 196K. Gotta pull the trigger. You know, Mike, sometimes just because it's a good deal doesn't mean you gotta buy it. The Fents follow us absolutely everywhere. All right, last thing for auto drive tonight. Planted a small sugar beet plot on mine and already regretting it. It's good. Just been bringing bales. Bates Motel with his wife. Gotcha. Yeah, sugar beets. That one's going to be tough. Keep it away from the tent, Nuke says. Yeah, there's been some incidents with the fence and the tents recently, so has tracks could be the difference. All right, so in auto drive, last little auto drive tip for the night here. Keep talking about it. I just got to do it so I don't forget. When you get to the point where you have a whole bunch of courses like this, or a whole bunch of waypoints, binge watching Bates Motel with the wife. Got it. Maybe you'll think it's a train and stay on the tracks. When you get to this point with all of these different waypoints on your auto drive network, and guys, like these ones are all park locations. Like you probably don't need these because you should have these all programmed into your parking spots. You wouldn't be selecting those. So we're going to do this cold because I haven't done this in a while, but Mike reminded me, so I want to make sure we share this with you guys. I believe what is under global settings, Mike. I'll figure it out. Let's see. There is a way to turn on folders. Let's take a quick look. Show markers. Record without driver. Corner speed, pipe out, unload, field exit. Let's see. Fold implements, no. Thought it was in universal. Use folders right here in the middle. So if you turn on, yeah, back to general. Yep, Mike, I knew Mike would get me where I need to be. If you turn on use folders, which is by default off, and you make sure you click apply before you leave, you can add folders to your auto drive. So at the top up here, you have a search function, and then you have your folders in here. So you can add, so you have your default folder where everything is, and then you can add folders in. So let's see, I haven't done this in a while. Let's see. Nope. Don't want to change destination. Let's turn the whole thing on. There we go. So when you turn on the full auto drive network where you can see everything, you get the plus button up here and you can create a folder. So I'll call this one parking. And then what we'll do is we'll move all of our park spots into the parking folder. Now I will say, I don't know how some of you guys find this, but the moving to folder feature tends to be a little bit of a hassle. I have a hard time with the mouse getting it to go exactly where it needs to go. Let's see. My courseplay icon is under money. I can't figure out how to move it. Under... Your courseplay icon is under money, Nuke. You may need to come into your settings. And if you go to... Gotta find it. Hold on. It's under this one, right? Let's see. Just there is one that allows you to move the HUD. Show tooltip, show markers, switch markers. Must be just hovering over it, moving too fast. Line height, show tooltips, show markers, switch markers, add setting HUDs, wide HUD sound, scale. Oh, the banner on top, he means. Yep. Yep, and Mike, you're also right. Okay. We can go over that in a minute, Nuke. You got me. I'm looking at this, and I'm not thinking it's getting late. So anyways, you have your folders, and you can drag and drop. You should be able to drag and drop. My drag and drop is always super sensitive. But you can see now park grain cart is in parking. If I come back here and drag it over again, so I can take all of my parking spots that I don't need to scroll through every single time. And why Root Tipper required them to block out some of the letters is beyond me. I'm not sure what kind of slur they think root is, but you can get in here, you move all your parking spots to your parking folder, and you can do this with field stuff, and you can group stuff however you want, but I like to do it for the parking stuff to start with, because then you can just come in here and close your parking folder, and as you'll see in just a second, so your parking folder is closed. Now we have many, many fewer things to sort through. Gold Gaming, welcome in, bud. Glad you're here. Guys, if you haven't seen Gold Gaming stuff, check it out. Gold Gaming just became a member. Hey, man, that is super generous. I really appreciate that. Very, very cool. And gifted one. Incredible. Yeah, Gold Gaming, he's got some videos up. I was watching yours last night. That Little John Deere sounded so good last night. Gold, that was a really cool, and I love the dual rears on that one. That one was very, very cool. Wildcard just got a gifted membership from Gold Gaming. Wildcard, if you're not on Discord, feel free to join. Make sure your Discord is linked up to your YouTube so you get your member benefits over there. Gold, coming in hot. Really appreciate it, man. Hope you're having a great night. Yeah, Mike's already figured out the CP settings for Nuke. Can you modify your tractors like other than options available at the dealer? Not sure what you mean, Pratic. You have your options, your general update stuff you can do in your vehicle. So like if you come into your menu here, Freight, welcome in. Appreciate the subscription, bud. Glad you're here. Hang out, ask questions, be part of the group. So Patrick, you can come in here. You can do customization. So anything in here which comes with the mod, you can do. There's no like customization. You can't bring in your own stuff. So yeah, Mike already got Nuke taken care of before I even could. Jocko, welcome in. What is your favorite truck mod you have? Gold, enjoying your content, brother. Hey, I appreciate that. Enjoyed yours the other night. And Gold, I was laughing tonight inside. I was watching Gold stream last night, and his camera was zoomed in, and he fixed it real quick. It wasn't a big deal. But Gold, my total OBS game capture crashed tonight, so it was just me on screen. So I was thinking about your stream last night. It was funny. It got me good too. But hey, I'm glad you're hanging out. Jocko, what is your favorite truck mod you have? That's a great question because I've got one in here tonight that I'd like to buy. So we'll have to see if we can come up with some money to do that. So let's see if we get there. I think it'd be really fun to optimize a tractor or putting a bed lorry. Yep. Yep. On a really small tractor. Yeah, there's some fun things you can mix and match. Be a streamer, they said. I know the struggles. Yeah, I mean, hey, there's a 612 things that can go wrong in the first 4 minutes of a stream gold, and if you get at least half of them going right, you're in good shape. So I hear you, but it's always an adventure. It's always a fun time. Mike still helping out Nuke. Love it. Need a couple of grand for me to show you my favorite truck, Jocko. I've got a bunch of them, but I loaded one in last night after we had some issues with the stone picking. So why don't we run up to the shop? Subbed and liked. Hey, I appreciate Jocko. Thank you very much. Being here is really what I care about, but hey, like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff is excellent too. But just hanging out, chatting is my favorite part. CB, buddy, hey, glad you were here. Get some sleep, and good luck with those sugar beets. We're all a glutton for punishment when it comes to the root crops. So, have a good night, buddy. All right, we are between the center course and the headland, which is where we always get stuck, so that is A-okay. We can fix that. Let's drop it down. And we'll get it right back on course. Oh, wrong center button. All right, we are getting awfully close to having the corn done. All right, Jocko, we're going to go to the shop and we're going to buy... Oh, the corn is... I keep saying corn. The carrots are getting done. The corn is also getting done. Let's head to the shop. I think for the sake of having a little cash, this trailer that we have not moved or used or have even equipment to use is going to get sold. So one of my favorite trucks, a lot of my favorite trucks are from FS Canada Modding and the crew that they have up there to do all the modding. And I've used this one a ton. I have a modified version installed with some increased capacities because they tend to keep their capacities real, which is great. But the 1990 Western Star 4964 triaxle is one of my favorite trucks. Really, really well done. Super clean. Runs well. Has great options. We're going to throw the heavies on there. We're going to get the box. We got a couple options. I like the box bumper with the lights. They've got a couple of cool custom grills. The stacks, we got some flat tops. The miter cut. Chinos curved. Bull haulers. We'll go with the bull haulers for $3 grand. Can we even afford that? Yeah, we can. Comes with, you got options for your visors. All kinds of things. Hood ornaments. They've got some like really legit hood ornaments here. Where's Hig when you need him? Got the Packard Swan, you got the horns, and then we got the pretty lady. So maybe we leave the pretty lady on there tonight and see how that one goes. Cab panels, they've got the chrome painted. We'll leave it chrome. I'm not a big fan of the CB antennas. Cab lights, they got the Tight 5. They've got the 9 that I like. Inside, you can just see the seats. They got the legacy seats. And they've got the factory. It's got a couple of stickers on it. Let's see, which one is the DT sticker? Gotta remember which one that is. Oh, it's right up here on the corner. Front corner right here. Right there on the front corner. And then you got truck numbers. So if you want to run a fleet of these, 0, 1, 2, we'll name this one 1. Capacity 100K. I'm thinking a nice olive green with some chrome. No, that's not the green. That green isn't working. Fendt classic green. That's actually not too bad looking right there at all. You need the two-tone gray and red to match our star. Well, here we can get this is one of my favorite colors on this truck. Get a nice deep red on it. Looks sharp. $40,000. It's ours. Jocko, oh, you play on PlayStation. Yeah, this is a PC mod off the Mod Hub by Canada FS. They've got an absolute ton of vehicles over there. This one is one of theirs. The Kenworth T8 farm truck is one of theirs. And then for some reason, where's the miscellaneous? Their Kenworth T30 feed truck, which is also FS Canada modding, is in miscellaneous. But this thing, I think this thing looks super cool. I'm running the international version of this one on the Realistic Cattle Ranch series. So there she is. There's our dump truck. Got great lights on it. All the LEDs. It's just a very, you can see the blinkers hanging off the bumper as well. Got the lights behind the air filters. Very, very nice truck. Yeah, hey, good call. And she's quick, too. And quick enough to tip over, that's for darn sure. All right, I'm putting a vote out to you guys. We're not doing an actual poll. Reply in chat. What was the parsnip field? I will plant anything that we are able to plant tonight by whatever gets the most votes. So, what can we plant tonight, you ask? That's a great question. Let's take a look. All right, so we can plant barley, canola, carrots, corn, grapes, grass. I don't know if I have a grape planter. Grapes might be out. Nuke, we haven't even gotten to see if parsnips are allowed yet. You have to wait and see. Oat, oilseed, olives, parsnips, peas, potatoes, red beet, soybeans, spinach, sugar beets, and wheat. So I'll let you guys vote. Any of those things that are eligible to plant today, and I have a planter for Mike grapevines. Mike, I told you I had, yeah, Patrick as well. Don't have a grape planter. We're not putting vines on a field. Has to be something I can plant with one of the planters. Let's go down, and the reason I put this mod in is because I checked one row of each crop. Hig, are you telling me you got into the whiskey tonight? Ran out of beer, and you sat there for a while, and then you figured out you just grab a quick cup of whiskey to be all right? The Cannery and Soup Productions, yep. Such a clean truck. Oh, and there it is. Mike says red beets. Interesting. All right, grapes are off the table because we can't plant them. Got 2 votes for red beets, though Nuke is just changing his vote every time to see what else he can get me to do. Nuke. And the tarp animation on this one's pretty cool. Very, very cool truck. I wish there were options to take the construction vehicle, sign off the back, and as much as I like the bedrock, sand, and gravel with the DOT number, which is a super cool detail, I wish those were optional. You got your hood latches, all the stuff. Such a clean truck inside. Got a nice looking dash. All the paneling. Just a cool truck. I'm Team Nike, sorry. Dinged it right out of the shop, absolutely. Hey, Angela, playing FS25 right now. Excellent. What map you playing on, Angela? I disenfranchise myself. I don't get a vote. Jay, you get a vote. I may not listen to it, but you get a vote. Sorry I had to go do a thing for the upcoming charity stream in October. Hey, old guy, please jump into my Discord. Put the whatever charity stream you're talking about, put info in the self-promotion channel. Love to hear about charity streams. Hey, whatever we can do to support people and things, I'm all for. So by all means, I mean, you're welcome to post stuff in the chat here. Not sure how much it'll be seen, but if you would like to jump over to Discord and put that in, you are more than welcome to. I would even encourage it. All right, let's get some stones. The dark side has to stick together. You guys might be like 2 peas in a pod over there. You plant rocks for a rock garden. You need to do a mining map, Jocko. We talked about that. I actually have a folder on my desktop that is labeled forestry, where I've been putting some forestry style, mining style mods in case that comes up. I think we're sort of between a forestry mining type setup for the next playthrough or a European playthrough. We also have to be a little bit aware that the new DLC map with fishing is coming up. So we'll see how that goes. October 18th, Farm for a Cure. Let's save the Tatas. Hey, old guy. That sounds like a great event. All kinds of things I can get behind there. So absolutely, yeah. Hey, if you don't mind, please, if you're not part of the Discord, feel free to join. But post that in the promotion channel. I'd love to get that out to some people, and I'd love to stop by and support some streams that are doing it. That sounds like a great cause, great event. Nuke, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's amazing. Let's see, RGC Backcountry or Back County 4X map. Yeah, Jay, we talked about that one. I like that one, and they've got their whole mod cache put together for that map. So that would be one you could get a lot of starting equipment going on that one too. Jocko, yeah, the new DLC is in, I'm going to say, what is it, Irish map? Is that right, guys? Someone know better than me. Welsh, Irish, something like that. And there's fishing, so we'll see how that goes. I think the fishing might be novel for a week or two, but I don't see fishing being a primary source of income. Lisa, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. How are you tonight? Yeah, Nuke. Well, they asked me what one of my favorite trucks in the game is, and this is at the very top of my list. Yes, please, old guy, please do. I mean it, by all means. And if any of us can help, whatever we can do, put it in the Discord. We'll get the word out. We're happy to help promote that stuff. Whatever we can do to help that kind of thing. Scottish, old guy. Yep, that's right. It's very fitting. That's just because, Mike, that's just because I'm a bad driver. That has nothing to do with anything else. Matthew just subscribed. Thank you, Matthew. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, matching trailer would be nice. Like I said, this thing is beautiful. You don't want to follow into the tree row. Well, it's bad when more than one person drives over your tent. You only really want one person driving over your tent at a time, and then we reserve that for the fence. They tend to drive over the tents more than the trucks. So now we have a truck that holds everything and will carry stones up. See if we can catch this trigger. Like I said, look at that frame, all the details. Just an absolutely stunning truck. Got its tags, got its DOT. Very, very nice. Do you drive like this in real life? Oh, Stormy, welcome in. Didn't see ya. Ildar, welcome in. Do you drive like this in real life too? Well, I hit fewer things in real life, but pretty close. Do you use a keyboard or a wheel? I'm on wheel and pedals. All right. We are in the wind down stage. We got to get the rest of this planting done. I think the most votes were for red beets. So I think we're putting red beets in the old parsnip field. So we got to get, I think, the 9RT's done down here. Let's run down and check. That field is rolled. The carrot field is not rolled. And guys, if we're going to do carrots, we need the extra 2% bonus. I mean, we don't want to miss out. Can you imagine if we didn't get the 2% bonus on the carrot field? You know, if we were stuck not getting every carrot off this field that we could. The JCB is about to end its course. It's about to get off the center course and get to the outside and end up being unhappy, so we'll get that fixed. Got to check on the Fendt and other tractors. Nuke, we're not checking on the Fendt. The Fendt's doing great. Which IEMs are those, by the way? That's a great question, Patrick. I don't remember. I had a couple pairs that I liked, and they kept wearing out on me, and so I just grabbed whatever was relatively cheap and highly rated on Amazon, because I think either you spend a lot of money in IEMs, which I don't want to do, or find something that's in the 20 to 50 bucks range and wear them until they stop working, and then be done with them. So I don't remember. I could probably look it up, but they work well. All right. Get the Versatile back up to the farm. There goes my rock garden ideal. I should have had graveled or groveled more. Jay, well done. Way too good of a deal to pass up, Nuke. Still have some money to blow, waiting for the sales update. Yeah, Mike, I want a picture of that new Fendt for the Rod Challenge. Post that up in there. I want to see it tonight. The Fendt with the track. So is that the MT, the dual track Fendt? Because that thing's a beast. That'll do work. All cleaned up and ready to go. Probably should have had a weight on the front. I don't think the rear tires were touched, or the front tires are touching at all. Stormy, what do you think is upcoming in FS27? I don't have any idea what is actually coming, but I'm hoping that they are going to try to bring in some of the features we're seeing in, like, enhanced animals and realistic livestock. I'm hoping they're going to enrich the husbandry aspects of the game, so it's more than just feed your animals, give them straw, and just, you know, keep them topped off and go from there. I'm really hoping that they do more with the animal stuff. I hope they continue to expand the lines of vehicles like JCB, bringing in the Versatile stuff with the Plains and Prairie stuff. Love seeing new equipment in the deal, in the game and the DLCs. And I'd like to see something done with productions that makes it a little bit more than it is now. I don't know exactly what that would look like. But right now, I feel like the productions are not as flushed out as they could be. And we've discussed in past streams and on Discord about things like, you know, the new constructibles and stuff like that. Like maybe, you know, you have an entire line of buildings that are constructibles that you can build, but they take things that are more production ready. You know, more than just roof tiles and prefab walls and that kind of stuff. You know, have more interaction, more things that take multiple inputs. There was that one mod out there. Who did that mod? I got to think about it. But there was that mod out there at the end of Farm Sim 22 where you had to, the mod itself was you brought a bunch of productions in and you package them all together. So it took like one cake, one loaf of bread, one everything else, all that kind of stuff. And so it forced you to do a lot of productions, and these like unique pallets that it produced that were a combination of all of the different productions in the game were worth, you know, like $150,000 or something crazy. So stuff like that where it's more enriched would be really, really good. Let's see. Yeah, old guy, that'd be great. That would be absolutely great if that became an annual thing. Do you think hunting is unrealistic in Farm Sim, Stormy? I'm not sure. Did I see the JCB just announced their new 6000 series? No, I did not, Sergeant. That would be a great tractor to bring into the game. I'd love to have a new brand in the large tractor category. I mean, I know we got the JCB 8s, but something that would be a little bigger than a medium, but not quite that big would be interesting. I wonder where it falls horsepower-wise, because the 4000s are what, like high 200 horsepower, and the 8000s are 348. So there's not a lot of room in there for it to fall, but I'd be very interested to see where that came in. Every building should need to be constructed. Okay, Hig. Why is it Hig's comments cause me to crash? It's only when I'm reading Hig's comments. Hig, I 100% agree. Every building should be able to be constructed, or should be constructed. And I don't care, you could even buy it. Like, you could like essentially pay a contractor to do it, cost more than doing it yourself. But I agree, it would add to the realism. We're waiting months at a time for crops to be ready. Why wouldn't we also be waiting for houses and sheds to be built, just like in real life too? Practic, I'd play with the feedback on the wheel turned off, because in my experience, at least with the Logitech wheels, the force feedback in Farm Sim is atrocious. I would have a broken wrist if I played as much as I do and had force feedback on in Farm Sim, because it is out of control. Jocko, no worries. Welcome back. Glad your internet's back up. I found a production mod on ModHub that has over 100 production vehicles placeables that someone made for their own map, but decided to just release the buildings. A bunch of new productions in it. Very cool. Is the feedback on the wheel risk? No, just address that. Yeah, I agree, Hig. Like, on a multiplayer server, like, you know, you could essentially, you know, do Amish built. Everyone does a part and the whole barn's built in a day. Would be incredible. You got one guy out doing forestry, one guy out doing concrete stuff, everything else. Supermarket production is the one you're referring to, I believe, Mike. Yep, could be. Damn drink. Pole. It's even better that Hig tried to write pole and write poke, and the comment between where he corrected himself was Nuke telling him to drink. OG Farms, it's the map supplementary package on ModHub. Very cool. Blogstar, welcome in, bud. What is it, morning there? Or are you getting into the end of the day? Yeah, hitting poles can break your wrist. More knowledge dropped by Hig. Hitting poles can break your wrist. Love it. Love it, love it. All right. I think we need to check on the carrots. And the corn should be done so we can get the red beets started. Heading on out. Down to the far fields. Now here's one feature I want them to remove or make optional. I don't play with precision farming much in FS25. I just don't find it to be that rewarding. I really like the looks of the tram lines, but I want the tram lines to be an optional feature in precision farming. I don't want to have tram lines, and if I buy a field, I want to be able to turn the tram lines off or be able to control it, because it's just a loss of crop at that point. 2 p.m. Tuesday afternoon. Hey, Blogstar, hopefully you're having a good day. So I assume, did you not work last night then? Were you off today? Is this like your weekend? They are optional, Mike. Well, there you go. See, I got my wish. See how good that is? Ask for something and you shall receive. Let's send the 9RT down. I want to check real quick here. Yeah, we have a huge field of corn. I would like to point out, guys, that outside of transitioning from outside rows to inside rows, actually, no, it wasn't even the NRT. Outside of running out of seed and fertilizer, the 9RT did not have a single issue on the easiest field with all of this junk up here by the debris crusher. Did not have a single issue with courseplay. Nuke. I feel there should be a feature to design buildings as well. I've said, we talked about this on another stream, in addition to what Higgs said about the buildings, I want the buildings to be modular. I want to be able to build a shed, construct it, like bring the stuff in, and then I want to be able to put a shop on it, or put an extension on it, another bay, a wash station. I want to be able to I don't want to pull the building down and have it just be an object that sits there and doesn't do anything. I want it to be a live thing that I can interact with. I can put more things on, so I can start with a small shed and continue to go from there. Jocko, I'm not sure who agrees with me. I didn't see your comment, so I don't know. Big wants $1 million from Wing Lotto. Yep, back to work tonight. Good, glad you had a day off. PC mod should be added to console. It'll never happen, Jocko. Never. That'll never happen. The consoles don't allow scripts. There's no. It's not a farm sim thing. It's not a modding thing. It's not any of those things. The consoles don't allow scripts in games. They don't allow outside scripts from the modders. So they'll never be on there until that changes, and I can't imagine that ever does. That's the first number of the other three. All right. I think we get our red beets in, and hopefully at that point the carrots are complete too, and we will have planted 3 fields tonight, and we will have done 2 of them in root crops. So I'm not sure where I lost my way and why I allowed myself to be put in this situation, but we have several of our fields are now root crops. Not entirely sure we have the right equipment to harvest said root crops. The carrots, yes. Is it the carrots and parsnips? Isn't it the same header on the Colossus? But I feel like red beets requires a different header. So you might actually have to buy some different equipment. Now, I was thinking, guys, with that carrot field, and hear me out here, I think we're going to decrease the capacity of the Colossus. I think we're going to set up the carrot field to do full auto drive course play integration. And maybe not quite realistic capacity, and maybe not quite, realistic everything. But I'm thinking we make that like a big project to get that done in a semi, in quotes, realistic way. All right, let's see. What do we got here in the multi-planter? Give me the red beets. It literally goes carrots, parsnips, red beets. This is the Nike planter. That's what started it all. Hig, I think we've seen numerous examples on this stream and in the chat about how the sale has gotten all of us in trouble. I'm not sure. I'm not sure the sale is fixing anything. I think the sale might be creating some of the issues. All right, I'm not touching a single setting on this for course play. This tractor has done an incredible job. I'm not even going to look at the settings. We're just going to send it on its way and trust it to do its job. We are putting red beets into the old parsnip field. We are auto rolling with the invisible roller. Yep, that's right, Nuke. That is the multi-fruit planted to match the 9RT. It is the magic setup. The 9RT works with course play, and this thing will plant anything, so this is our go-to. You know, I don't know why it works, but it does, so we're just going to stick with it. Man of honor. I don't know if insanity is honor, Mike, but we'll call it that for a little while at least. All right, excellent. 9RT has made its first corner. Where are we on? Okay, here we are. The middle of the carrot field is done. We are on to the headlands. Esyan, hey, in Armenia. Hey, welcome in. Glad to have you. What time is it in Armenia? I'm terrible with time zones, but we got all kinds of people over here. We got the Europeans, the Australians, Armenians, all kinds of great people hanging out. And here we go. So we started with 2,232 liters of carrot seeds. And we're down to, let's get this turned off, 2,090. So we didn't even use 200 liters of carrot seeds. So with a 32-liter capacity, we would have filled this thing up approximately 6 times. So wouldn't have been bad to plant this field. So carrot seeds they don't use very much. I do like that the actual rollers, the discs, the planters are actually in the grooves cut in by that other machine. That is very, very cool. Canadians, yep, we do have a bunch of Canadians. Well, I love the Canadians. Is crop destruction on? Yes, almost always, Pratic, almost always. There are very few times I don't play with crop destruction on. About the only thing I turn off is stones, depending on how it goes. I think we turned stones off on this map because we had, there's an issue with stones on this map. I don't know what the problem is specifically, but it does not appear that there are any stones on this map. So we just turned them off so we didn't have to deal with them, which is why we have the stone quarry down there, the debris crusher, whatever we're calling it, so we can collect stones for our productions. Oh, easy, honey, easy. Bucking that trailer. Tony, welcome in. Glad to have you. I like shortcuts. Yeah, nuke. And I think it's designed that way. There are a lot of spots on this map that I think are intentionally left rough. I'm off to bed. Hope you have an amazing stream. I'll see you guys in the next one. See you later. Hey, Lisa, thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate you being here. Have a great night. Thanks for being here again. Go ahead and drop this guy off. We don't need him down there anymore. Before we drop it off, I wonder. Let's try something silly here at the end. Oh, how'd I do the driveway entrance, Nuke? I put my courses in, my auto drive, and I just landscaped around them. So, drop some trees in, drop some rocks in. I was saying earlier I want to put the gate in, but don't have the money to buy the other piece of land at the bottom of the driveway. I need both sides. I need to own the driveway and both sides of it to put it in, so we'll get to that another time. Hey, Lisa, that is a very thoughtful thing. All right, OG, that's it. I got it. I'm in. Oh, no, I smoothed all this out, Nuke, with the smoothing tool. Yeah, before the first stream ever started. Before it ever started, I smoothed all of that out. It was awful. Getting the Dodge up here the first time with that trailer, as bad as it sounds on the roads, it was terrible coming up that driveway. All right, where is... Here it is. Remember when we powder coated this thing for $1,000? At least we're calling it power coating. Okay. So the thought was, and it was Hig, right? Hig was saying maybe this is to attach things. This winch is a little tough because of the straps. Okay, pull winch. Got it. Can we hook this? Oh. She's sensitive. No, it won't hook. I'm just going to try to get this to hook onto something and then see if we could snap this to a vehicle and pull it up. Does it need to be on the vehicle first? Okay, let's try that option. Oh, so much super speed. And we're going to release the winch rope. I do the course play stuff myself and the auto drive. There are auto drive pre-made routes for a lot of maps. The good ones are great. Oh, Tony, I missed you earlier. What map are you on? We are on Back Roads County. Sorry, I missed you, Tony. Welcome in. Let's see if we get the hook connected to the back of the Dodge, if we can then hook the winch to it. Because the hook liked the trailer hitch on the Fendt. So if we grab the hook and we bring it over and we put it right about there. It might be too tall. I'm wondering if we can actually get... Okay, so the tow hook, connect. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Tony, which mod am I using that's yours? I like all the mods I've got, so which one are you, which one do I get the pleasure of playing with that you made? Oh, Tony. Tony's our winch expert. Tony, buddy. Where have you been my whole life? All right. Let's see. Tommy spent the entire time trying to get my controller connected. No luck. Ordered a new data cable to see if maybe the cable I'm using is charging only. It's not working. Tommy, that is beyond my expertise, but that seems like a reasonable solution to that problem. Or truck, if you're towing it, the winch should attach to the hook. Yep. It could be your cable. Okay, got it. Multiple conversations about cables going on here. We got to stick with the ones we're talking about. Okay, we got to get close enough. All right, so we grab it. This winch has been a little finicky on a couple of different things. So, we're not going to pass judgment on the winch. Oh, and the hook is swinging, which is... Oh! Guys. We're connected. More exciting than carrots. More exciting than parsnips and red beets and everything else. Let's get the tailgate closed so we can get a good visual. Let's turn off the truck. Oh, where have you been my whole life with the winch? So the winch is connected to the tow, or to the tow hitch, and then the cable connected to that. That is tug-of-war nuke. Okay, first off, nuke. First off, there's only one of me. How am I going to have a tug-of-war? You're going to have to get on here. We're going to have to figure that out. I know you and Mike have been on here changing stuff up, so I know you already know how to get on, but I need at least one other guy on here to have a true tug-of-war. So now, if I just maybe line up a little bit. Oh, we're dragging it. Oh, that's so good. All right, Tony's giving me more information. The winch should attach the hook. Yep. The tow hook and the winch attachment with a couple of light... Oh, that one. Tony, that's you? Hold on. We're sidetracked here, but it's a very important sidetrack. Yeah, Tony, right here. I love this thing. We've been talking about this thing for the past 2 episodes. If you guys haven't seen this, Tony, by all means, this is an unbelievable mod. Great job with this. I'm running this on my Homestead series. I've got this on this series. We got a bunch of guys on Discord that are running this. We found, or I shouldn't say we, Rod, the mod master, found it. And I've been using everything. I've been pulling trees with it. This thing is super cool. When that light bar, the top one, went up, I had it on a little John Deere, the Barn Find John Deere, turned into like a roll bar. That was super, super cool. Yeah, this is an excellent mod. Tony, I'm so glad you're here. This is going to be exciting. Let's see. Mike, you're up. I made the winch with a couple. Yep, I attached to the fence and send him on an 80 course to start the tug of war. Tony must be on vertical. Tony, if you're on vertical, you're welcome. Aaron Bacon, latest subscriber, welcome in. Tony, if you're on vertical, we are also on horizontal. If you want to join over here, there are a bunch of guys who love this mod. Would love to hear from you and chat with you. So, let's try this out. So I should be able to let some winch line out and give me a little bit of space to get pulled up and a little bit more lined up. So now, okay, we got a lot of winch line out. So now, if the dodge was Walter, welcome in. Walter, this is not a multiplayer, but we have multiplayer servers on the Discord. If you want to join, feel free to jump in on the Discord. Lots of good info over there. So if the dodge was broken down, gotta get zoomed in so you guys can see this better. The cable's getting tighter here. Will the winch work with the truck off? Well, I doubted it, but it was worth it because of noise. Truck sounds great. Hey, Blog. So glad you stopped by, buddy. Have a great day at work. And remember, any winning lotto ticket numbers you just send our way, we'll take care of it. So using the winch. Okay. Okay, we are getting into tug of war here. Look at that. All right. Now here's the real question. Can I remember which button is the parking brake? Let's let some slack out. Alright, now, let's get some junk off the screen here. Okay, parking brake. Enter? No, that's not park. That parking brake was enter. Okay, we're tightening the winch cable up. Taking up slack. Giving the T800 some gas. Oh, yeah. So that'll pull just about anything out. That is cool. Log. Where's Herman? We need Herman. We got some farm sim physics going on. So the tire contact, the friction with the tires is really obviously very, very high. I'm extending the winch as I drive, trying to see like how far I could pull this if I got perpendicular. You think we could attach the hook we attach a hook to like an AI car, the ones that send tractors flying. Okay, so tightening it back up. So it's going to pull the other vehicle more. Oh, yeah. We're getting there. There it is. We didn't get it lined up right. That's cool. That is very, very cool. Yeah, I tried lining up Pratic. I tried. It did not work, but that was super, super cool. So the hook goes to the vehicles. It'll attach to like trailer hitches and stuff like that. And then you can attach the winch line to that. So that is... I won't count this as any crashes. Hey, that's only because you don't have any more drinks left. All right, we did end up with a collision situation that might be a bit of a problem here. We can fix it though. Just you pick it up and you shake it, and then it's all better. See, you just, if you don't talk about it too much and you just give it the old shake, you're good to go. That was cool. I'm leaving that hook on the back of the Dodge. I don't know what we're going to use it for, but I'm leaving it there. That was very cool. Very cool. Glad Tony stopped by. Super cool mod. Tony, if you're still here, Merv! Are you getting into the recovery business? Merv, we just had the guy who designed this winch mod right here stop by the stream and give us a little bit of advice, because I'm not smart enough to figure it out. And the winch mod includes this hook from the other episode. And we managed to get that hooked to the trailer hitch of the truck, and then the winch of the flatbed. And we did a little recovery, tug of war, whatever you want to call it. It was a very, very cool experience. That in combination with the better winch mod by Thunder is a great, great combination. Tommy, that's not the first time I've been told that. Until you forget it can't hook up to a trailer. Hig, how is it that you see so well into the future? Because you know exactly what's going to happen. Let's try this. We're having fun. All right. Let's see if the big boy will park himself. See how I did on my auto drive courses. Smooth as butter. Love it. Love it. Hig, my question is, when I do that, does that mean you have to drink? All right. I think it's time to check. We're checking on the tractors at the end of the night here. I think we got everything done on my list. Looking at it. We didn't get the corn boxes, the corn pro boxes refilled, but that's okay. Yeah, we are planted with carrots all the way out to the end. I think we're going to need to fertilize because we don't have fertilizer on here. So weed needs plowing, needs rolling, mulch, stones, watered. Do carrots not take fertilizer? Is that something? Yeah, both are finished. JCB's done planting carrots. And the 9RT is done planting red beets. Oh, I bet the JCB's up here. Probably should just pull the map up and actually see it. That'd be the easy way to solve this problem. Yep, here's the JCB. Hey, Higman. Thanks so much for hanging out. Love having you here tonight. Great as always. Tony, absolutely. Hey, shout outs all on you, buddy. That is a great mod. Like I said, Tony, don't know if you're on the vertical or the horizontal, but there are a bunch of guys here on the horizontal. I'm simulcasting to vertical and horizontal on YouTube who are using the mod. Love it. Would love to have you just swing by the Discord and say hi. Rod, our master mod finder, found that mod and brought it to us. That was super cool. So very, very nice. Appreciate that. That is an incredibly well done mod. Lots of details. The functionality works. All the IC controls. Very, very clean. Appreciate it. 2 Super, just subscribe. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. Here we go. This carrot field sponsored by Nike. It's official. It's now officially a carrot field. Hey, Tommy. Have a good night, buddy. Hope that cable arrives quickly and gets that fixed for you. The controller is going to make it way, way better. Hey, Jay, buddy. Have a good night if you're heading out. You're going to regret being here this late. Yep. Tony's here in the horizontal. So, Tony, hey, thank you for making the switch. Thanks for stopping by. Like I was saying, love that mod. That's incredible. So many more options than just the basic sort of tree winch plate, particularly with Thunder's better winch mod. That just gives you so much access. So if you guys are unfamiliar with what we're talking about, if you're just joining in, let's see what we can find in here. Tony will probably be able to direct me better to all the pieces. Actually, let's just go to the mods, right? Let's see. It's in here. The loader winch pack right here. This is the mod we're talking about that Tony put in for us. Made it. Comes with a couple different pieces. You've got the winch itself, which is the part we've been playing with. Got multiple lights. The lights adjust. The winch cable comes in and out. Hooks right onto the 3-point. Does really cool stuff. Here's what it looks like in the shop. You got a front loader attacher, telehandler, wheel loader, skid steer, 3-point. It attaches to absolutely everything. Lots of color combos. You know, we'll go with the crazy colors so you guys can see them. But just really, really cool stuff. Always got to go with a pink in there somewhere, right? And then the loops. I'll get a nice green in there for you. So you can see you got lots of color combos. The lights work. The lights are adjustable. They tip up and down. Very, very cool. And it's 30. I mean, look, I got it fully decked out, and I got $2,000 in paint colors, and the thing costs $3,700. I mean, that is really, really affordable. So if you're doing a start from scratch series, or even something like this with big stuff, you want to drag some trees around, you want to do some recovery stuff, you got a tractor stuck in a river, this is the way to do it. The other parts of the mod, and Tony, if I misspeak, jump in the chat and fill in, but this one attaches, does the skid steer to 3-point, or the 3-point to skid steer, sorry, I said that backwards. Attachments, so you can get this on a couple other pieces. It makes it link up with other things. Again, you got all your colors in here, looking good. And then the last piece on here is, and again, with all the colors, $1,000 in paint, it is $1,450. So this is great stuff to jump into. The tow hook is what we were just playing with. This is the part I was having a hard time figuring out, and Tony got us going. But this allows you to attach to all of the, like the tow bars and stuff on the back of tractors and the hitch balls and all that kind of stuff, so that you can then attach lines. Tony's dropping knowledge in here. You can also attach 2 of the tow hooks to the loops. Yeah, we had that the other night, Tony. I figured that out on my Homestead series. So what Tony's saying is this hook. So if you're going in, like if you're doing recovery role play or something else, let's jump out and I'll show you guys in the actual mod here. So let's grab, what vehicle do we have nearby? Oh, we'll just dump this stuff. That's fine. All right, so we'll dump that. And I want to get rid of the seed tender on the front. One less thing for me to get confused about. So if you go grab the actual winch part of it and hook it up, whether you're using a 3-point or anything else, let's see, right in here, you can store those tow hooks on the loops back here. So back it up over here. If you weren't here the other night, here's what the mod looks like. Let's clean it up. Let's have a good show and tell. So you've got some great controls. You can move stuff up and down. So this is the top light. You can angle The top or the bottom light? Oh, there we go. Nope, that's a front loader. Wrong one. Here we go. So the top light tips, the bottom light tips, and the top comes up and down, so this extends all the way out. Very, very cool. I use this as a roll bar on my little open seat John Deere. And then if we come over to the Dodge and I drop the hook off the back and bring it over here, obviously it can be picked up. But if you bring it over here and there's two loops, you can have two hooks on here for recovery purposes. Let's lower that down so we can see a little bit better. When we go to attach it, it hooks on the loop and you can have one on either side. So you can be driving around with two hooks on the back for your recovery purposes, for hooking onto stuff. Very, very cool. Pig stuck around to take another shot. Pig still listening, he's going to bed. So Tony, thank you so much for stopping in, man. This is a super, super cool mod. Very different than most of the stuff out there. Love the ingenuity, the originality, and like I said, very, very clean mod. And its base function, obviously, is you come back here and you can use R to grab the rope, and then you can bring the rope out. You can hook to trees. You can hook to the tow hooks, all kinds of things. Makes a lot of stuff work, and a lot of times you can even get, there you go. You can just use the shackle and hook around the tow ball. So very, very cool. Yeah, Tony, that's a great question from OG. Where is the best spot to get this? Because obviously we found it on a mod site, but if you've got an itch.io, if you've got a GitHub, if you've got Discord, we'd love to meet you over there and grab it from you there, because want to support you, because this is a very, very cool mod. Yeah. Michael vouch for me. If I don't like stuff, I'll call it out right away. But I've been talking about this, and they don't actually know, because I used this for like 3 episodes in the Homestead series that are not even out yet. So I'm all about this mod. So yeah, Tony, if you're here, by all means, drop your info in the chat. And if you want to join the Discord, feel free to join over there. We have a self-promotion channel. Drop all your links over there too. We'd love to chat with you and just get that info, because this is a very, very cool mod. All right, maybe Tony went to bed, maybe he's doing other stuff. We'll give him a minute to come back. Still got to get my speed turned down a little bit. And we know the 9RT made it through the red beat. Did anyone ever answer my question about why the carrots weren't getting... Sawan Sharma, welcome in. Why the carrots don't have, or why we don't have fertilizer as an option for soil composition. Am I losing my mind? Tony7289 is the same as his itch. Okay, I'll look it up. I'll drop it in our Discord. But the Discord link is in the chat too. If you want to join over there, you're welcome to drop it in. We'd love to have you as part of the community to share your stuff, because it's, as like I said, some super, super cool stuff. So why am I not getting fertilizer states on my fields anymore? Right? I mean, we didn't turn anything off. There's no way to turn off fertilizer. We got crop protection, repair, plowing, fieldstone, weeds, disaster. So why am I not? Am I just tired, guys? Am I just starting to get too tired to be on? Have we gone too long? But again, weeds, plowing, rolling, mulch, stones, watered. Isn't there supposed to be a fertilized state on here? Oh, OG got it. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, so I don't know if I'm just losing my mind or not, but we're not getting any fertilization state information on the map anymore. And even when I'm standing here on the field... Oh. I know why, guys. Because we have precision farming on. And we didn't buy the field data, so... Yeah. Precision farming. I didn't think I had that installed. Oh, well. Well, we don't have any of the land values, so we didn't get any of the benefits of it, but we'll be there. Oh, I was just complaining about not having fertilization data, but that's on me. All right. Well, let's head back to the farm. I think we're going to call it there. That is a solid 3-hour stream, even with the false start at the beginning. I appreciate you guys sticking through it. Not sure what happened with OBS to start the stream tonight, but the like I said, the game capture was just gone. And I had to restart everything. So thank you all for making the switch and sticking with me tonight. I'll have to look into that tomorrow and see what we have to do. If you guys are looking for a farm sim community to hang out with or another one to add, we got a great Discord community over in the Bad Punkin Gaming Discord. Lots of the guys in chat tonight are part of that community. They are active. They are insightful. We have a lot of fun over there. We had one of our guys who already went to bed tonight, Rod, come up with a challenge on the Dakota map that he sort of self-shared that has turned into a thing over there. We got a bunch of guys on the Dakota 4X and even the 16X map doing the Rod challenge. There's a whole channel dedicated to that. So if you have ideas, like we're a community for everybody. So absolutely love to have you guys there. Other than that, we have a open public gaming server that that you guys can look up over there if you join the Discord. Yeah, Nuke, I agree. We have a public server that is open, that is full cross-play. At least that is the goal. We just removed a couple mods from that last night. Roots, our buddy over there, and our Discord guy who's running the servers, removed that. So that one should be fully cross-play. We're working on getting it to be more open so people can join and play. And then we have purchased and are in process of getting a members PC server up and running. We're probably about 30% of the way done with that, getting it set up. We have to do some polls and some votes to figure out what we want to do, specifically what map we want to play on, but lots and lots of things going on over there. I appreciate all you guys being here tonight. As usual, people are joining as we speak. Awesome, Mike. That is so cool. I love the Discord server, and I said, like, this stream is about, like, hanging out, just like we do in Discord, talking about stuff, having some fun. I know a lot of you guys are farming on your own while we're doing this, and I love that, too, so... Oh, yeah, and OG, that's a great point. And OG, please, if you guys did not catch OG's announcement, there is an October charity stream event for cancer. Our community, I'm sure, would love to be part of that in any way we can. So please, OG, swing by, drop that info. You can DM me directly if you want. You can put it in the self-promotion tab. You can put it over there. Wherever works, we'll get the information out. But we definitely want to hear about that. I know that's something that is near and dear to a lot of us. So we will support in any way we can. But thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Don't forget to drop a like and turn on notifications for more streams. Next one is tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. It'll be about the same length, so we can go and get some more stuff done. We are done with root crop planting for the year, so we'll get on to some other stuff. Maybe even check in on our animals. Don't worry about it, Merv. Whenever you can join, don't worry about it, man. Appreciate you being here. Channel memberships are available if you want to support the content further. And channel members do get early access to videos. All the videos are coming out for everybody. You never have to pay for a video on the channel. I do record several weeks ahead, so that's why we do the early access for members. But all the videos come out. Right now, we're running 3 series. We have the Realistic Cattle Ranch series, which is in its sort of final chapter. We're in the process of making money to wrap that series up. We've got the Homestead Challenge, which is just in its beginnings and getting started and fired up, and that one's a lot of fun with the hand push tools. We have the 555 challenge, which is on Judith Plains, where we're going big and trying to make a lot of money and own 500 acres. So lots of videos out there, lots of different content, but that is early access for members. But all those videos will come out, so don't worry about that, guys. We are releasing, or I'm releasing 5 videos a week right now. So it'll be 2 Homestead Challenge series, and then alternating 1 555 and then 2 Realistic Cattle Ranch, and then 1 Realistic Cattle Ranch and 2 555 videos alternating weeks. So that is going to be about it for tonight. A great stream. Thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate all you guys in chat, keeping it lively, having a lot of fun. And I will see you guys in the next one.